Yes, everyone, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack here at the Irish Hotspur, here to deliver you that watch along. It's FA Cup day, everybody, and you can see the lineups next to me. It's not what we expected. It's definitely a strange one for sure with what Antonio Conte, I think, has gone for. Let me know, everybody, what you think of this lineup because we do have Fraser Forster in goal, which I'm actually quite happy with to begin with. But it's Tanganga and Sanchez. That's an interesting choice here. Maybe he could have gone with a stronger backup. Maybe he could have gone for a stronger back line. I mean, I feel like maybe a certain player like Romero could have helped us out a lot in this, just somebody that's just sheer class and could maybe get the best out of some of the other players in this one. But he's going with Tanganga and Sanchez. Sanchez as the captain as well. And it's kind of a strange one, mostly because Sanchez, I think, also just denied a move, I believe, to the likes of Nice and to the plenty of other kind of interested clubs. He's apparently reluctant to leave Tottenham Hotspur, despite getting very few minutes at all, I think, at this club. And this is a good example right here. He's not getting, really many minutes, but this is kind of maybe his, little moments to shine, or I guess whatever it may be. But he's not really getting many minutes at Tottenham Hotspur. And I think Sanchez, the fact that he's a captain today, I don't know. It's just a bit of a disgrace. It's a bit of a shame. Also, just shows like kind of the quality that we have available to us. But I don't want to be too doom and gloom. But just gonna say, I just find that to be a bit ridiculous. Longley at left-sided center back. We'll see how he does today. Maybe he can perform a bit better, or be able to sort of maybe show some more composure in this game, and maybe show us why he's been, I would say, in my opinion, at least one of the more consistent center backs, at least of this season. I know he made a huge howler in the most recent game against Man City, but at the same time, I think he's still been one of the more consistent center backs, and he is probably between Sanchez and Tanganga much better on the ball compared to the two of them. We have Doherty playing right wing back by the looks of things, with Basuma and Bentancur holding it down in midfield, and then it's Sessegnon at left wing back. So hopefully Doherty is able to bring some of the creativity on that right wing back spot, and then Sessegnon, let's maybe hope just for some defensive solidity, but he really hasn't been able to do very much with the ball against any type of opponent. So I'm not really expecting much there, but I do hope he puts in at least a good defensive performance. Kulusevski, Sonny, and Perisic, not a bad front three, I would think, actually, against this type of team. You would have wanted Richarlison, but apparently the rumors were true that Richarlison did pick up some type of knock, some type of injury in the most recent training. And I do find that just really frustrating, because these are kind of the games where Richarlison is supposed to be able to give the likes of Sonny as well as Kane and other players a rest, and he's just continually found himself injured. He's a bit injury prone, if you will. So I am very frustrated in the likes of Richarlison for not staying fit. It just feels like, again, like, I don't know, he hasn't really played very much for Tottenham Hotspur, and I don't know really what's causing the injuries. But yeah, I guess we'll leave maybe the Richarlison kind of conversation for when Sean as well as Dave join me. But Sonny playing maybe through the middle, it looks like. Perhaps he's going to be playing as the number 9, playing as the striker, with Kulusevski on the right, and then Perisic as the left winger for this one. So let me know what you think of that. I don't really find that front three to be too disappointing. I actually do like that Harry Kane has been given kind of a rest for this one, but do let me know, everybody. Dyer's looks like he's on the bench there, with Ben Davies also available. Emerson Royale is being left on the bench with Oliver Skip, Højbjerg. Brian Hill makes an appearance on the bench. He's actually back. And then Danjuma is there too, alongside Harry Kane. So maybe some expected, maybe appearances from Danjuma, I would imagine, if things are going according to plan. And then Harry Kane might come on as well in case we need him. Would love to see Brian Hill come on too. But maybe the fact that he isn't starting either has to do with the fact he picked up some type of knock or some type of injury, or he could actually be sent out on loan to Sevilla, so they're not going to start him in this type of game. But everybody, hit that like button while you're in here. I'm going to say hello to you all and see how you're doing. I'm going to bring Shawnee in as well simultaneously. But yeah, everybody, I tried to break down that lineup as best I can. Maybe a quick summary kind of while I'm bringing Shawnee in here is really just the fact that I think the front three I don't have too much problems with. I'm actually just more frustrated again, like I said before, with the likes of Richarlison for not being available. This was a perfect game for him to come in and I think kind of get some maybe respect back from some of the Spurs fans, and also get some respect back from himself. But he hasn't been able to do that, so it's a bit frustrating there. And then also I think Sonny as maybe a number 9, and then Perisic and Kulusevski, you would imagine, would be quite free flowing. So it's definitely, I think, not the worst front three. In the midfield, the Bentancur Basuma is actually an interesting pairing. I'm wondering if we've even seen that before, just them two alone together. I can't even recall too many times. Maybe I'll ask Sean that in just a second. And then when it comes to the back line, I guess just pray to the gods. I think when it comes to this one, when you're when you're talking about the back line, because it really is kind of a, I don't know. It's a hope. It's a hope, that's for sure. But Sean, how are we?
Good, Jack. How you doing, mate?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
have you muted yourself? Oh, maybe I can't hear you.
Oh, 1 second.
No, 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 no. My fault. My fault. My fault. For some reason, I had yeah, the audio here muted, but you're. I think they can hear you. Shawnee, did
Good to
you?
see you, mate.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for helping me out today yet again. But what did you make my summary of that lineup there? Kind of like front three. You're frustrated that Richie's not available. Midfield. Have we seen Bentancur Basuma before? I'm not sure.
I don't think we have. No, not as a two. We've seen them play with a three with Højbjerg as well, but never in a two. I think so. That's interesting. It's a combo I'm looking forward to seeing. For me, I think I agree with what you're saying. The front line looks okay. Looks pretty strong. The midfield looks okay. I'm finding there's a little bit too much rotation. I think for my liking. I don't know where Romero is. He's not even on the bench.
Yeah, I kind of wanted him to be in there. I would have tolerated
Is he
Sanchez
injured?
being in there as long as Romero was there too.
Is
No,
he? Is he
Romero's
on?
not even on the not
That's
even
what
on
I
the
mean.
bench. I
Yeah.
think they're leaving him out entirely. I doubt he's injured. I think they're just leaving him out entirely, I'd imagine.
It's a big risk. It's a massive risk because this game is winnable, very winnable, or it could easily be a very big banana skin. And to me, I think I think we've got a week until the City game, so to make so much rotation at the back line is interesting. I'm not particularly happy with it, if I'm honest. Seeing Tanganga and Sanchez playing together for the first time this season, Sanchez in the middle of the back three,
Yeah.
plus he's captain. Everything about it seems a little bit too much violent sort of rotation towards in a direction that I didn't really want to see. One of them would have been okay, but not both. Sessegnon coming in and then playing Perisic in front of him. Again, odd. Odd.
You
I'm not
would
sure.
maybe Papa Matasar, you would also maybe ask for, but I don't know if he's even on the bench. I didn't even see him on the bench by the looks of things. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a strange one. Brian Hill's on the bench, but he's
And
not even.
Danjuma's on the bench. I'm not looking forward to seeing him at some point. That
Yeah.
hopefully that'll be a bright spark. But look, we've got to start strong. It's a massive game. I'd go as far as to say it could be the most important game, of several that are coming up that are all big matches. I
Some
know that
people cared more about this game than they did the Fulham game at the end of the
yeah,
day. They were like, I don't care if we win against Fulham. It's if we win against Preston. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
some
yeah.
people
Because and
thought.
then if you get through tonight and then you get a decent draw on Sunday, and you see, Manchester City get paired up against Manchester United or something in the fifth round, and then Tottenham go and get whoever, Forest Gate or Dagenham and Redbridge or whoever's left in the cup from that kind of end of the league, um, then Tottenham could really have a chance to get silverware. And what a monkey to get off our back. Uh, if we could do that this season, it would turn it from being a potential disastrous season into one that's
Yeah,
memorable, one that
absolutely.
that will live in our memories forever. So I wanted us to take it a little bit more seriously this squad tonight, but Conte's gone with what he's gone for, and let's hope it's enough.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, Sean. And I just, yeah, it's just the rotation of the back line is maybe where there's a bit of concern, just because it's already where we're very leaky in the first place. So you kind of maybe feel like they already had a week's rest. I feel like the majority of those defenders too. So you would have thought maybe going with a stronger one. And the news about Sanchez being reluctant to leave the club, even though he doesn't really get any minutes whatsoever, I think is also kind of, I don't know, him being captain
Mm.
today. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Maybe the patron will come through today, as he's been called before. Get the treasures in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you, Derek. Dave Janola, 164 Spur. Mia W saying, not a lineup I expected, but we got to roll with it. Not playing a stronger backline worries me a lot. That's what I would say, Mia. It's not really much else apart from the backline that really worry me. And then the fact that I'm just frustrated that Richarlison just continues to be injured. It really is being frustrating. Mia W, though, also says, I know he is new, but I'd rather have Bentancur as captain. Interesting shout there, Sean. Would you maybe, if you had to pick amongst the players in that starting lineup today, who would you probably rather have seen the captain maybe given to?
I would like if Højbjerg was on the pitch, he should have gone to him for sure. As he wasn't going to be on the pitch, I
Sonny,
probably would have given it
maybe.
to or Perisic or Bentancur. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
even
know
though they're, yeah.
how good is Bentancur's English? Do you know?
Bentancur, I think it's actually quite good. I think it's
Is
actually
it
quite
okay?
good. Yeah, because I forget if he even did. some interviews like when he first arrived, and I don't remember. Maybe I'm making things up. I imagine it's pretty good by now, especially. Steve D, good to see you. Says, "Oh God, here we go." I'm crossing fingers. Yeah, Steve D, as per usual, especially when it comes to these fifth rounds, the very very tricky fifth rounds for Tottenham Hotspur. We also have Drew Zilla in the house. The pigeon is trash. Well, he's not even playing for us, so it's just getting frustrating. But big up, Drew. Vince Vega, come on, you Spurs, 10-0 to the Lily Whites. Big up, Vince. Good to see you in here, my friend. Tottenham LSG's in here. Captain Davidson Sanchez. It is a bit of a mockery. Mojo's in the house. Yo, yo, yo. Drew's saying hello to you, Sean. He says, yes, Sean. Big up, Jack. Good to see you in
What's
here, my
happening,
friend
Drew?
Drew. Loopy 69 is saying save Kane's goals for the next league game. I feel like kind of makes sense. You want him to kind of probably do it also in front of the Tottenham Hotspur crowd, right? Would you rather him kind of just be given 90 minutes off today, Sean? Just 90 minutes off for Harry Kane. Doesn't have to come in at all. Can kind of just, rock the tracksuit, put the feet up.
Hmm.
Or would
Well,
you
yeah,
maybe
in an
want to
ideal
see him
world,
come in?
in an ideal world, it depends on how we start. Um, look, I think that unfortunately you have to put. He's going to get the record. Obviously, it would be in an ideal world nice to be able to do it in the right way, but ultimately you have to put the club's needs first. And if we end up struggling, he's going to have to come off the bench and pull a rabbit out of the hat like he usually does for us. But yeah, Tottenham comes before Harry Kane for me, of course. So if we need him, then he's going to have to break the record today if he gets us into the draw for the fifth round.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But Loopy, I hope we don't have to use him today, my man. I hope we don't have to use him. Damianos, good evening, lads. Good to see you, Damianos. Hennessy, oh my God. Sanchez, what? Everybody's freaking out about that. Gamer16, though, says, good to see Basuma and Bentoncourt. For me, the best midfield. Hope to see Danjuma cameo later on. What's up with Richie? I think he's picked up a knock, Gamer16. But I am, too, maybe excited about Basuma and Bentoncourt just because we haven't seen it before. Maybe, who knows? Could be a spicy combination. You never know. Good to see you, John. Good to see you, Kev G. Dave is coming in. Mark, don't you worry. Scooter reacts. Morning, all. Big up, chaps. Give it. Big yourself up, Scooter. We also have AE in the house, and then Dark Sun G here saying, "Why isn't Hill and Danjuma playing? Sun plus Kulu need a rest." Would you agree with that, Sean? Would you have started Danjuma outright?
I wouldn't have been against it. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind Sonny starting. I think because this could be the game that gets Sonny. Sonny could he might God knows what Sonny's going to think if he comes in and immediately Danjuma gets put in his position and Harry Kane starts. It's a 3-4-3 with Danjuma. Sonny might have his confidence melt away very quickly, especially if Danjuma was to come in and score a goal on his debut. So it's probably right to. For a bunch of reasons to let Sonny start today ahead of Danjuma, and hopefully he gets a goal against somewhat easier opposition. And if he does, then that could also be the catalyst that gives Sonny the confidence that we need for the second half of the season. So I'm okay with Danjuma starting on the bench, and I'm okay with Sonny starting, to be honest.
I'm a little saddened to see that Brian Hill hasn't been given maybe a chance to start. Maybe it's alluding to the fact that he could be making his move to Sevilla. It could also be the fact that maybe there is actually some seriousness to the knock he took in training. But I think this would have been a good game for him to maybe give a rest to Sonny either. There are a few players that could have given Sonny a rest at least. But Kulusevski, for me, Dark Sun G, it's a kind of a bit mixed. It's a bit mixed because I feel like someone like Kulusevski, he's kind of not really played many games as it is, but probably right. You don't want to risk him at all in case he gets any type of knock, but he also maybe does need minutes because he kind of needs to kind of get his legs going because he, for the most part, has been injured throughout the season. But Dave, you're in the house in front of the Harris Army. What would you like to say?
Yeah, look, first of all, it's good to be back doing the watch-alongs. I've actually enjoyed listening to you two while I've been on the couch watching the games and having you on commentary. It's actually been fun. But look, I'll be honest, Jack. I understand the lineup. I'm not too happy with it for a number of reasons. Look, I'll start with the positive. I think Son up front. I think resting Harry Kane today was absolutely crucial at all costs. I'm happy enough with that. And I think it gives Son being the focal point a chance to run in behind with Perisic and Kulu either side, offering balls into behind and hopefully get a couple of goals and get his confidence going. Where I don't like it is why are we starting Sessegnon? I mean, he was one of the worst players on the pitch against Portsmouth. He can't beat a man, can't cross a ball. What does he add? And he's shit defensively. So just put Perisic back there, bring in Brian Hill or Danjuma. That's why we signed these guys in the first place. Then you've got Davinson Sanchez as captain. I mean, this is a guy that already said he doesn't want to leave. Now, how are we supposed to make this guy and force him out the door and get the fucker to leave if we're making him captain? I mean, it's absolutely insane. Give it to Son, who's been here longer than him.
Give it to
Give
Son,
it to
exactly.
Kulu, Perisic, someone who deserves it. Fuck, even give it to Fraser. But why would you give it to Davinson Sanchez? He's not going to go anytime soon. It doesn't send out the right message. This is a guy who, when he plays, lets us down. He's a clown. He does clown things. Now, I'm hoping today against Preston, he'll look okay. He did okay against Portsmouth. But that's more his level. But if we want these guys to go, how is giving them the captain's armband saying to them, well, hang on, next offer that comes in the door, you need to seriously consider it because we want you gone? Because all he's going to do now is go, well, I don't think so, because in these cup games, I'm captain. I'm the man. In fact, it's actually disrespectful to likes of Ledley King, Graham Roberts, people gone by that's worn that armband, that's represented it with pride, put everything they have into the club, blood, sweat, passion, and tears. And then, I'm sure they've turned on their TV today and they're like, captain? What's going on here? I mean, honestly, I've worn that armband. I don't want to be associated with this sort of nonsense. I'd say they're even dumbstruck. I mean, I don't understand that. That's what's pissed me off. And it's not like because we've seen in these games before, right? They can be tough. These guys make them tough. They shouldn't be tough. Should be walking out, beating them 3-4-0, easy peasy. But these guys make it tough. Now, in these tough moments, Sanchez is not going to be your guy to turn around to players and go, stop slacking, pick your shit up and get fucking going. You start getting going. You start getting going. He's not going to do that. For me, I think it makes completely no sense. And, these are the sort of banana peel games that I don't like. And then when you see this guy as captain on top of it, it makes it even worse. We've gone out to teams like this before because we've played players that we're trying to put into the shop window to sell. But we already know the answers. And all it's doing is making clubs go further and further away from these guys. I'm at the point. I don't want to see them. I'd much rather start giving some of these youngsters time off the bench. Like I said already, Sessegnon doesn't have to play today. Put Perisic back there, or pull up a young guy from the under-23s or something like that. Bring Gillian or Danjuma up front. It's just, I get what Conte is trying to do. I just hope it doesn't backfire today.
Yeah, absolutely, David. You understand where his head is at, but I feel like the back line is the thing that's been letting him down most this season, and he's going with the ones that have an even higher chance of letting him down, let alone the starters that have let him down. So I know you make a good point there. James Watson, member for 21 months as an elite member as well, James. He says, big up, lads. Come on, you Spurs. James, it's FA Cup day, my man. Can we get past these very, very tricky fifth rounds? Last time it was Middlesbrough, James, but this time it's the mighty Preston up north. We'll see how we can take care of them. But big up, my man. Really, really appreciate the support over 21 months as well. You absolute legend. Big up, James.
Yeah, big up, Jamesy boy. Good to see him, my man. Good to see you.
And then Patty Higgins is in here as well. Dave, Derek Hutchinson too. We got Elias is in the house. Big up Dan Davenport as well. Mark Bang says, Dave, you have been missed. It's good to have Dave back on the watch alongs, isn't it, Sean? We were in our cozy little world, but Dave is now finally back, Shawnee.
100%. I can now take the chill pill tonight. I'm not going to be effing and blinding and banging the table as much. I'll hand that cat back to Dave.
Back to what was I dubbed there before? Spurs angriest Tottenham fan. So you can hand it back to me.
I'll hand that. You go. Take this one back, and I'll put on the moderate middleman, and everyone's back in their usual positions. It's great. Welcome back, Dave. Welcome back.
No, honestly, before I came on, I was listening to that song. Do you know that song? Guess who's back? Back again. I was listening to that before.
Yeah. Nice.
Good to see you, King Hoddle, as well. He says, good evening. Where is Doberman Romero, and where is Brazil's number 9? Brazil's number 9 is picked up mysteriously. Another knock. I don't get it. He doesn't even play any games. He hasn't featured very much at all. Just don't get where these injuries are coming from, King Hoddle. And then with Romero, seems like Conte's taken maybe the bold decision of just kind of just leaving him out of the lineup, I think entirely, kind of just giving him a day off today by the looks of things. And it's understandable because he also has his own injury troubles, but it's also a risk because we know he is our best one. And if we did have him there, maybe initially, maybe you take him off later, something like that, if everything's going well. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes for him. We'll see how it goes from King Hoddle. Yeah.
I just want to say quickly, I see a lot of people saying, like that question there, where's Romero? Where's this player? I mean, years gone by, I remember loads of our best players being left at home. You know, go and shag the wife, go and bring the kids out for a day out, you know, go and meet the boys for a beer and watch the game. You know, they shouldn't be needed for these cup rounds. They shouldn't. And we need to get back to that where you can, you know, give your players that these sort of days off, and you can call in the backup brigade, call up somebody under 21s. We need to learn to get back to that. We can't keep persisting with playing our best 11 in these games. There was a time, believe it or not, where I grew up watching football, where you could play some of your players coming back from injury or players looking for minutes or some of the youngsters and go and smash teams like this 3-4-0. Job done, happy day, smoke some cigars and bring back the big boys for the league game. You know, and we need to get back to this at Tottenham. We can't keep going, oh, and I get why we do it, because of, you know, a lot of these guys ultimately letting us down and not being good enough, and I get it. But we also need to get back to a stage where we can't let these guys off to go and spend times with their partners, with their kids, with their family. You know, like I said, let them go and shag the wife for a day. You know what I mean? We have to learn to be able to let these guys do that.
Sean, a little time for your bet corner. Any bets made today? Moosehead Tiki is asking.
I haven't even had a look. Guys. So give me 5 minutes and I'll come back to you just before the end.
You only got so much till kickoff, Sean. You might have to start making the.
Yeah, I've got the Betfair open. I'm just going to log in. I would say though that I probably would have a bet on both teams to score. I'm going to see if the odds are tempting on that one, because I think that our defense is going to be vulnerable. So.
Okay. Well, there you are, everybody. That's if you are curious about the bets, that's what it is. You know, betting on both teams to score, says Shawnee so far, but we are going to get an update on that one. Foggy Foam, member for 4 months, says, come on, you Spurs, big up, boys. Are we going to sign Porro? Dave, where's your feeling on Porro on this one? I'm sticking with Fabrizio Romano. I'm sticking with the guys that have said it's going to be done after this, you know, Sporting game. It will be signed, you know, Monday, something like that. We'll get the good news, but I understand why there's kind of like a lot of scary kind of updates happening in between, because it's just how it is when, you know, it's being delayed in this sort of manner. But where's your standing on Porro, Dave? Are you kind of a bit unsure, or can you promise Foggy?
No, look, I'm open to correction and stuff like this. Now, I know reports came out today saying that the deal could be dead in the water because we want to make it over 4 payments. Sporting want it over 2 payments. But the reality is we've got personal terms, 5-year contract already agreed with Pedro Porro. We got reports over the last couple of days that, you know, they wanted to hang on to him for this cup final. So my guessing is, and where I'm at with it, I think we are happy enough to let them wait till the cup final's over, and then you'll see the deal being done. Now, look, this one could very easily go into the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, because the club know there's protests going on at the training ground on deadline day. Now, what did they do last year when these protests were organised? They brought in Kulu and Bento. Now, they were done a couple of days early, but they waited and let it go on for a couple of days and brought them in. I think it was more or less confirmed the night before deadline day. Would not surprise me to see the club do this again. It really wouldn't, you know, to try and pour some fire over the, no, that's probably the wrong word. Pour some doubt over the protest or cast a shadow over the protest. But what they need to realize is the reason why the protests are happening is because of shit like this. So, look, we'll wait and see what happens. But my personal opinion is I think Porro will come in after this cup final, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
same.
All right. Putting in the link to the game for you guys here to sync up if you like, for both you and Shawnee.
I got a cheeky little bet for you if you're interested.
Take it away, Shawnee.
3-1 Tottenham to win, 3-1. Sonny to score at some point in the game, and Ivan Perisic to have an anytime assist. 57-1. I mean, that's delicious odds, because you know Perisic is going to get an assist in the game.
I knew you'd get you to whack on a fiver for me, and I'll reveal it to you after the game. Honestly, that's tasty. Say that again just to make sure I'm correct.
3-1 Tottenham.
Yeah.
Sonny to score at some point in the game, and Ivan Perisic to get an anytime assist. 57. The price is just coming a little bit to 55-1. So
surely that's a no-brainer.
I'll put a tenner on, mate. If you want a fiver on it.
Yeah, go on. I'll revolute you the fiver after the game. Go on. No, I do. Because look, we're potential of a fuck up at the back line. Perisic is our assist king. And Sonny needs a goal. So, I mean, yeah, whack me on a fiver.
So many scenarios there. So many. Paul Beatty says, let's do it for Sanchez. Come on, you Spurs.
Don't, Paul. Don't do it, Paul.
Love that. And then Shikari Shock. Very, very kind, my man. Very, very kind. Dark Sun G is asking, when is the cup final?
It's 8 o'clock.
Is it
7:45 tonight.
Portuguese? Yeah, tonight.
7:45 kickoff, I think.
And then also as well, Steve D says, there he goes. Good to see you, Dave. Steve D, the arch nemesis, is welcoming
And
you.
nemesis, big up Stevie.
He's back, Steve. He's back in the flesh. Big
I
up,
told
my
you,
man.
Big Dave is back, and he's back for good, baby.
And then Stevie Frazier says, my ex is a Preston fan, took me to Deepdale against the Arse. I really hope we drink her tears tonight. Come on, you Spurs. Stevie, this is almost his own kind of special derby here, you could say. He's got kind of some he's got some blood in this one.
Who are you asking? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Go on, Charlie. You go.
No. I didn't actually hear the question. Sorry, I was looking at the other bets. So I heard the silence. I was wondering
Stevie
if
has an
Jack
ex that has a
asked my
Preston fan. Stevie has an ex that was a Preston fan. So he says, he would love to be drinking the tears tonight, basically.
Nice.
And this one means something to him.
Ultimate revenge. Just drop her a little text. If you're not blocked, just drop her a little text later on and go, not only did you get dumped out of the FA Cup, but Dave and Sean won 560 quid between them.
What I will say as well,
hope you're well, miss.
What I will say as well, Stevie, is like Sean said, if the communication lines ended in a good way, it is a kind of, if you're still thinking about or still like her, I mean, this game is a perfect opportunity to reach out and maybe recreate the old flames. Who knows, As far as I can see, there's no one around with fire extinguishers to put them out. So why not, my man? Give it a go. Big up, Stevie.
Absolute legend. John Stokes is in the house too. Daniel Larson is saying, great to see you back, Dave. Jack and Sean, always a pleasure. Good to see you in here, Danny boy. And also the likes of Kulusexy Football. Big up, guys. The back line is terrifying. No idea how this is going to go, but definitely goals incoming. It feels like goals for either side, if you ask me. And especially maybe with Sanchez through the middle. I don't know the last time I remember Sanchez through the middle. Maybe it was when we were doing some of those friendly games over kind of the World Cup break. Do any of you guys recall when's the last time we've seen Sanchez?
Ennis Moore is the last time I remember, or not Ennis.
No, he was on the left.
No, Europa Conference League. I think it was Vitesse. Didn't he not play in the middle of the back three?
He might have. I think also as well, like he might have played, against like Nice or something this season. Sanchez, when's the last time you've seen Sanchez through the middle of the back three, Sean?
No, it was against Rangers, wasn't it? Didn't he play against Rangers in the
friendlies? I remember, and then the friendlies in the World Cup. Did he play, or during that World Cup period? He obviously wasn't. Did he maybe
against the Scottish team then as well at the back on the training ground?
Maybe then, or maybe even Nice, perhaps. But you're also right. I think Rangers is spot on. He kind of was rotated all around. It's that big number 9 for Preston. He looks up for it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to ever see Sanchez in the middle there. In fact, in Tottenham jersey. In fact, it's actually embarrassing seeing him there at the referee. He doesn't even know what's going on. Look at him. Referee has to tell him, you're here for a coin toss. Wake up.
Did you talk about not knowing what was going on? Did anyone see that tweet that someone put out? An Arsenal fan, I think it was, put out. Lokonga, the guy who came on in the Arsenal Manchester City game when they conceded the goal. His positional play, he had no idea. He was doing these little side steps. He wasn't sure whether to like back up and mark somebody else, and he was sort of just like kept going left and right for about 30 seconds flat. And in the end, he was responsible for conceding the goal. He looked, and he's supposed to be a real talent, that kid, but he had absolutely no idea what was going on in the Man City game last night.
Yeah,
close to kickoff here, everybody.
Ake took his goal well yesterday. I'm delighted Arsenal are gone. But like Jack said, kickoff's about to happen. I'll be honest, I get a bit of a bad feeling looking at this. Look at Preston. Look how many players are ready to run forward. They know what they're going to do. Crowd will be up for it. Let's see how our players, who I would say the majority of them have been our worst players this season, let's see how they respond.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
It's good to be back with you two boys, though. I'll be honest, right? I sat there against the Fulham game. I was saying this to Jack the other day. I was like, I kind of didn't want Harry Kane to score a second against Fulham, because like all the times I've been there supporting Harry Kane, all the times I've defended him online, it would have been criminal for me not to be there when he breaks Jimmy Greaves' long outstanding.
Got to be there for Big H.
Yeah.
I was buzzing. It ended 1-0.
It's good to have you back, mate. It's good. It's been the dynamic trio.
I have to say, I found you and Jack highly entertaining, because I was like 15 seconds ahead of you watching the game. So I knew what was happening, and listening to your reactions, I found you highly entertaining.
Well, I promise you, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I had 100 people reach out to me saying, Sean, mate, are you okay, bro? Like, your anger, your poor desk. And there's a crack that's running down my plastic desk here from where I banged it too hard. It's I don't know. Watching Tottenham is not like it's. Maybe I shouldn't do it in front of 500 people every week because it's.
Well, I'm sure that
emotional.
desk will get fully broken when we're all doing the content together in live in person when we're over for the Milan game. One of us will be making a point, more likely me. I'm sick and tired, and then next thing, everything just collapses through the middle.
100%.
Adrian Chia, big up, lads. 2 a.m. for me, but had to see Sanchez as captain. It's going to be a sight to behold. It's going to be a sight to behold, Adrian. And let me know how the script changes for for Sanchez as captain. Let me know how that affects the script, Adrian Chia. Big up, my man. Yano says, hey, David, good to see you back, my man. Big up to Jack and Sean as well. Big yourself up, Yano. And also LC says, Dave is back. Good to see you, Dave.
I appreciate all the plaudits, but enough on me. You're going to make me blush, guys. Stop it. But give Jackie and Shawnee the plaudits. You know, they're the ones that kept this going, you know, while I was taking a break. So big them up, not me, guys. Honestly, you're going to make me blush. I'm like a girl that fancies a boy.
Good start from Tottenham. A little bit of possession. It's nice to see.
Yeah. Hopefully we can create something going forward because this was the problem against Portsmouth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All the gear, but no idea.
Let's go. Let's go. Put it in. Ooh. Perisic is playing through. Is that Perisic playing in the center and Sonny on the left?
Yeah, maybe Sonny's still. I feel like they would go Sonny as striker, but maybe they are going to go Perisic as the striker, Sonny on the left.
God, Perisic is the ultimate utility player. He can play basically anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
He's like the Swiss Army knife. He's got a tool for everything.
Right, I think you're right. He's not too quick on moving out in the middle over to the left at all here. He's still standing.
No, he's in the middle. He's in the middle tonight. Sonny's on the left. And we got Becky on the right. It's very interesting. Do you reckon if there was ever a situation where Foster got sent off
lovely.
And Brandon Austin had also got injured or something, where if you needed to put an outfield player in goal, do you think Perisic would be the guy to pivot to?
No, Harry Kane, lad. Remember he was in.
Harry
Kane in goal when we got a player sent off before. Paddy Power tweeted about it after Man City, and it was just like a picture of Harry Kane in goals, and it was like, "Hear me out." And I copied it and put it in the community section. I was like, "The sad thing is, I'm actually at the point. I nearly would."
It's a good start from Tottenham.
Yeah,
very good start. Not bad start from Sessegnon either. He had a nice little pass, I think, to break the lines.
Robbie Brady, the Irish guy, Robbie Brady.
Yeah.
Jesus, stay with his hair. Thinks he's made it.
Look at that offside line. Number 16 there, whoever he is, was just playing everybody onside by about 4 yards. That should be something to take advantage of.
Robbie Brady got curlers for Christmas anyway.
How's Preston's form? Are they doing well? I haven't even done any research.
They're in the bottom half of the championship table.
Okay.
In the bottom half. Troy Parrott has been on loan with these, Sean. He scored 1 in 15. Not great.
Yeah. And not a lot of people were talking about Dane Scarlett starting. Let's go, Jaff.
Go on, have one. Oh, Lord, that's atrocious.
Have a crack.
That's all right. Bento.
Oh, come on.
That's poor from Bento there, but I don't know if Jaff had expected it.
It's a free kick to Spurs, surely. Yeah,
God.
It's got to be.
Well done by Jaffet there to win the ball back. High up the pitch there.
What's Jaffet doing over on the left?
Everyone's playing in
weird positions. No one has positions. Like just free for all.
That's painful. It's just put his foot right through him. Oh, fucking hell.
Shikari Shock says Preston are Sessegnon's level. Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. The way that he immediately started looking a bit better, I was like, he's not playing against his own level. He's all of a sudden come alive, Sessegnon here.
Do you know what? It would be nice to see us score a free kick, boys. I can't remember the last time I've seen us score a free kick.
I mean, yeah, that's why you do almost want a James Ward-Prowse for that reason, just to break that sort of kind of, because we're always useless from these situations, but you really do.
What was it against Fulham or City? Harry Kane was lining up for a free kick, and I knew we already took it. And
we're not bad when we're trying to whip it in from these situations, but when we're actually trying to have a shot on goal, it's never great.
Who's walking away? Sonny's walking away from this. Who's over it then?
Is it?
Perisic.
Yeah, Perisic. Oh, come on, Perisic.
Maybe come on, Perry.
Let's go. He's going to rattle.
Imagine if he rattles it top locker.
Oh, lad. Honestly, I want to see someone do the shoe shine celebration if he does that.
Yeah, it's gone for a hit. Oh, have a hit!
Oh, did you miss that? Who took-
Sessegnon, or was it Sanchez and Kulusevski both getting in each
Oh,
other's
you
way?
should have
You should have let Sanchez is so good away from his own goal. You should have let him have these. It's like a
Yeah.
striker. He
Oh,
would have buried
Sanchez,
that.
he takes it off of Becky's foot.
If I know anything about Sanchez, he would have buried that actually.
I think
What a
Decky
challenge,
took it
to be
off
fair.
Sanchez.
What a challenge. Last ditch effort there to
Yeah.
get back.
Basuma
Let's go, Tottenham.
into Sess. Back to Basuma. Give it into Bento. All that room. Go on. T1 up kick. Go on, crack.
You have a hit.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
another
that?
nice deflection. Oh.
That was so
That
bad.
was so bad.
If Lascelles had done that, I'd be fucking going nuts.
I think even I could hit the ball cleaner than that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, by the way, everybody, if there's anyone watching for Kildare, no updates on how Kildare are getting on in the GA, please. Appreciate it.
I think you've maybe just now almost reverse psychology there, Dave. I think they're going to do the opposite now.
No, please don't. I'm not looking anyway. It's gone out to Jaffet. Good ball.
What's the capacity that like whoever the biggest two teams in Gaelic football are? What's the sort of capacities they get there for those sort of games?
Well, you got the home of GAA, which is Crow Park, and it's inside the top 10 largest stadiums in the world.
Oh wow!
But
Okay.
it used to sell out all the time, but it just doesn't sell out anymore. Sort of people would just rather watch it from home. Don't want to pay the tickets, Plus the same team wins every year. But there are other grounds around. You're talking probably about 10,000.
Okay. But is there like a derby where like 100,000 people go to, or 60,000 or something ever go to, or is that not just not the
The
case?
All-Ireland final, you'd probably get the full 60, 80,000.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Doherty for a throw-in.
Let's
Put
go.
away by Preston.
Alan Brown, another Irish guy. Geez, they're stocked.
And Troy Parrott can't play tonight, can he? Because he's
Cup ties.
right?
Ineligible.
Bentancur.
Yeah, he can't play.
Sanchez. Long way out wide. Trying to work it down the left here. Sessegnon gives it away, though.
Jeez, he's so
Foul given away by Bentancur.
Come on, Bents. You're better than that, bro. You've had a really sloppy start, to be honest, mate. And against Fulham, you were rubbish in the first 35 minutes.
Sessegnon is so bad.
That's lazy. That is lazy and late. That's another one of those. That's a yellow card.
Very lazy. He didn't want to move there, did he? He didn't want to
No, everything about it just felt like, I can't be fucked. I'm just going to trip him up.
It's so true. Sessegnon, so bad on the ball there, though. And this is the problem. This is why nobody wants to see him anymore.
Cannot wait until we get Destiny in.
Oh,
Preston
stop.
win the header.
Let's go. Basuma.
Now it's out wide to Sessegnon here. He's going to try to
nice
thread
ball.
in
Good
Perisic.
ball.
He does
Lovely
it.
ball.
Well done from Perry.
Look up. Look
Showing
up.
him the strength.
Oh, you got
Oh,
Sonny, you got to
Someone's
make an
got to
effort
burst
there,
his
bro.
bollocks to get into the box there. He doesn't. He's hanging back. That's poor by Sonny.
Forster coming out.
Oh, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
Good clearance, actually.
Fucking hell.
My son not busting his bollocks though. It's waiting for Perisic to tap that across the box for someone to run in and tap in. And Son's just jogging behind him. Burst your bollocks, get in there for a tap in.
Someone's got a bloody nose. McCann.
Referee walking around on his earpiece like he's working in customer service. He's ridiculous.
Do you know, I've never had a nosebleed in my life. I've been punched in the face 150 times in rugby games and things, but for some reason my nose is like impenetrable to having a bit of blood come out of it. It's very strange.
I've only had one or two. I have a mate lad. You could be anywhere and his nose will start bleeding. He just suffers from nosebleeds. Honestly, you could be driving along the motorway going somewhere. Next thing he has to pull in because his nose is bleeding everywhere.
Oh, it happened again.
Boring. Come on, get on with the game now. Let's take in the pace.
Jack, is there any chance you could turn up the background audio a little smidgen?
That's hilarious. They don't have a backup kit for him that has his name on it.
So poor they are. Everyone, get your super chats in and we'll send them to Preston to buy backup jerseys.
No, they are absolutely. They're broke. I looked at their Swiss Ramble did a piece on their finances a couple of days ago, and their wage bill exceeds their revenue, their entire revenue by about 4 million. Like they have to get more and more loans from their owners to stay afloat. Like they're in just another example of the. Oh, nice work, Jack. Just another example of like the inequality in finances in the football world. You know.
That working for you, Sean?
Yeah, perfect, mate. I can turn it down a little bit now. So
Robbie Brady with a throw in deep down on our right hand side. He's gone out for another Preston throw in here. Looks a miserable night for football.
long drive as well. A lot of people have gone up today, haven't they? But it's a long drive up to Preston. It's north.
Yeah.
I think Preston's north, like just north of Manchester. So like a horrible long journey home. Yeah, it's probably going to. I know the boys Ben and Sim went on a coach. They won't be home until.
Sure, people that were traveling through public transport would have had a nightmare. So didn't they cut off half the trains or something like that? So
Yeah.
No option but to get a bus. It's miserable though. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy, it's icy. There's drizzle everywhere.
Cold night in Preston. We'll see if they can get it done. That's why I would have loved to have seen Hill Messi for this one. See if Hill Messi can get it done on a cold night in Preston.
You know what, Jack? Even though people have their problems with Gil Messi, like it's the energy he brings, you know?
100%. I don't understand why anyone has a problem with him. He plays with passion, heart. He runs around. All right, he needs to work on his strength, but every time he's pulled on a Tottenham shirt, you can't fault his effort. Not once. Even in friendlies, he was running around with desire. You know,
but even without the ball, though,
out wide to
Tanganga. Go on, Sonny. Sonny with the step over, play someone.
Oh, come on, Sonny.
It's gone out wide to Sessegnon. This is a chance for him to get a ball into the box. Doesn't do it. Gives it to
Basuman's playing back and forth.
Let's go.
Take it on, Sess. Oh, good defending.
Too weak. Premier League player. He's fucking lifts more weights than that guy. He's too weak.
Preston, get it cleared.
These are so bad.
Yeah, they are not even.
They're atrocious. But what I will say, they got a lot of Ireland players in this team. And for being in the international team, they are used to suffering and nicking a goal late on. So just be wary of that.
Yeah.
They're used to playing this style of football, some of these Irish guys.
It feels very flat, doesn't it? It feels like we're kind of going through the motions a little bit. Go on, Sonny.
Oh, come on.
It's a lovely turn.
My son.
Go on, Sonny. Oh, he's been picked. He's pocket picked.
Put pressure. Win this. Thank you. Well done, Sanchez.
Langley, good ball to Sessegnon. Back to Langley. Sessegnon doesn't even get turned on the ball.
Basuma here. Plays it out wide to Tanganga.
Let's go. Little space. Move a bit of urgency.
Tanganga.
Where's the urgency?
Wow, that was a shocking ball.
Jaffet.
Even if he did make the run, that was a shocking ball.
What is Jaffa Cakes doing? Jesus Christ.
Tried to play it over the top to Perisic. It's absolutely just, just a freak giveaway.
Bit of a flat start.
Yeah, real, very, very frustrating.
Here it is. Basuma, nice little flick to Sessegnon.
Let's go.
Come on, Sess. You have passes, mate, and drive. Move your legs.
Honestly, I would have skinned White Man by now. Fuck's sake.
There he is. Long way, plays it, switches it all the way to Tanganga.
Manhandler. Across to Sanchez. Such a boring start. Come on, the fuck, Tottenham. Wake us up a bit.
It's just Preston are just absorbing everything as best they can.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, Tottenham need to have more zip. Come on, one touch, turn, move, go.
They're giving us space out wide, I think, at least.
We haven't got Kulu into the game. He's our best person to unlock this door, so get him on the ball.
It almost feels like we're playing more of like a 3-4-1-2.
Kulu's playing very far inside, isn't he?
And they all are. Like Sonny, look at Sonny.
Nice,
Sonny's
Sonny.
now...
Have a hit, Sonny! Oh!
Nearly wrong foots the keeper.
Yeah, keeper tried
nearly one part of our bet.
He hit it. Keeper tried to kind of get the extra read on Sonny there, felt like, lads, trying to, get ahead. And he didn't realize he was headed towards the middle of the goal.
Keeper almost does himself.
Jeez, he done well there. The ball was bobbling around. He done well to get a good strike on that.
It's a difficult landing, right? If
that
ball lands
not the greatest of surfaces, and he gets a good clean hit on it. I mean, it goes towards the middle of the goal, but
If that ball lands like a yard further, like if it bounces a yard away from the keeper, I think the keeper has problems reading that bounce. Then
spot on. It would have went in. Went in.
Let's go.
Tanganga playing out of pressure.
Let's go now.
They're
committed. Move faster, please, Sanchez. You've got to be aware, bro. When they push up, that's when you got to pivot and go fast.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on, lad. You've got to get that. Oh my God, we don't even know who we're passing to, but you got to get that ball moving.
Yes, there you go. Bento.
So they can get back.
There you are.
Sonny.
Nice, Sonny. It's to you, mate.
Bento.
Come on, Bento. Now they've got their 2 banks of 4, 5.
There you
whatever
are.
It is.
Basuma.
Get out wide. Get balls into the box. Get
Whip it in. Someone get in the box here.
Corner.
Corner kick.
Yep. Take that.
There we are.
Come on, this is going to score. Big Davinson. Captain's armband. Inspired.
Imagine if he scores and he runs over and then kisses the arm. Kisses the arm, man.
Assist. That'd be lovely.
Kisses the armband as he rejects a proposal from Nice.
I don't want to see this the armband.
Beats his chest, kisses the badge. He goes,
Points at the ground. Which would be funny because that would mean that this is his level. That's what he really means, this press.
Yeah.
Whips it in here. Oh.
You can just see that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio from the Wolf of Wall Street where he's like, I ain't fucking leaving.
Parasite.
Sanchez here for life.com.
A lifer. That's
Spurs
what he
top
is.
of the box here, giving it away though.
Win that.
Oh no!
Poor. Who is that? Bentancur. Poor Bento.
He's had a shit start. He's given away the ball 2 or 3 times, and that was shocking.
Oh, he's getting done as well. What are you doing, Bento?
Preston, keep moving the ball outside. I told you they're used to this style of football. These Irish guys use that. Alan Brown.
Puts it in. Clear it.
Poor ball.
Preston, pick it back up. At Robbie Brady. Gone out wide.
Someone step up, Bentancur.
Rid of it.
Where are you?
Well done, Jaffet.
Hit it to someone like in a.
Someone
get there, Fraser.
Thank you, sir.
That's it. He's got the nose. Get it out quickly. Now
move.
Let's go.
Drive it up, Sass.
Come on, Bents.
Move low.
Bit of pace, please. Bit of urgency, mate.
Oh, Basuma. Kulu is playing so far inside. It's unbelievable. Make room for Doherty. Look, what does he do? Back inside, like he always does. Move the ball, twat. Jesus Christ, get on the ball and beat a player. Fucking hell, it's how you unlock the door against these teams.
Longlay's kind of getting forward, kind of taking a bit of a Romero role.
Half the players are walking. You're all walking.
Actually, I'm going to get a paper and pen. I'm counting how many times Doherty passes the ball inside today. He's already on 1 strike. I don't know, baby. Where is it?
Come on, guys. You got to move. Move.
Ping it, Tanganga. Find Sess out wide. They're giving Sess tons of space here.
1 touch. Pop.
Here we go. Make your run, Sess. He gave it back to you, lad. Make that run. He's coming from an offside position, maybe. Or is it still throwing?
Whoops. Right. That's 1 strike for Doherty. Everyone like my new Spurs pad. Look at that beauty.
Oh, look. Show me again. Oh, that is lovely. Who bought you that?
The calendar shop in Whitewater. They open up every Christmas, and they were leaving. So they were selling off all their stock. So I picked up a water bottle and this notepad.
Nice.
Doherty passes.
Sorry, there's a calendar shop.
Yep, that is a foul by Sanchez. Sanchez gives away a foul there, kind of towards his midfield.
Come on, Sanchez.
What do you think, though? They might use this as a set piece, and they might just get everybody in the box. Some of these teams in the FA Cup, these lower-level sides, seem to do that.
How many times you see it in the Championship? That's what they do. This is their bread and butter. They live off this.
They might try to hit it to the man with no name.
Let's go.
Oh, he's stepping. What does he think? He's Gareth Bale.
Oh, Brady's got a good delivery, lad.
He clips it in. It went for Spurs!
Oh, no! Oh, Jesus Christ!
I told you, lad. This is what Robbie Brady is so used to this. Win set pieces, just make sure it's a good delivery.
Let's go! Oh, you got to play that ball then, Basuma. Come on, mate.
Come on,
threaded that through.
Make up.
Let's go.
There's your warning sign. Take it and fucking
Doherty
use it.
passes back. There you go. Doherty, there's
That's
another
one. That's 2.
What's the market over the next 70 minutes? I reckon he's going to do it at least another 7 times.
No, easily. He's definitely going to reach double figures.
Double figures of passing the ball backwards. Yeah.
I watch him do it for Ireland at the Aviva all the time. And when you're at the Aviva, you can see how much space he used to run into. Like it was against Armenia, all the time in the world to run into. It just didn't do it. Sonny,
nice little cut in.
Oh, what?
Giving the handball.
I feel like it went off his chest though. It didn't even look like his hands looked down.
Take a few comments. Michael says, David, I hope we see Danjuma today. No mercy if they bottle it today. No, absolutely spot on. Yeah, look, I would love to see Danjuma, and if they bottle this today, I want most of these guys gone, and I'm going to continue on like I have been saying about these guys. So he says Doherty cannot run. Yep, true. Tottenham says Brady was great at Hull. Look, you know, I keep saying this. He's done it for Ireland. He's done it all his club career with clubs he's been at. You just, you know, they play defensive football, look to get the ball up the field, win a set piece. And I'm telling you now, Brady's deliveries 9 times out of 10 are spot on, and it will cause us problems.
Oh, he turns us. Well done, Sess. I think that goes out for a goal kick. Well done, Sessegnon. We just look asleep here. We really do look like, you know, just half dazed. And I don't really get it because it's not like it's not like we're tired or anything. Like played about a week ago.
But this is what I was on about after Portsmouth game, right? And I put up on Twitter and all that, going disgraceful performance. And everyone's like, we won the game. Stop moaning. That's very harsh. But like my point is these are guys that are supposed to be trying to lay claim to a starting jersey, right? So you expect urgency. You expect them to show every reason why they deserve to play, not go through the motions like they have been doing in these games, you know? And this is where my frustration comes in with it. But it goes to what Shawnee said earlier. Move the ball quicker. Move it with a bit of purpose, with a bit of zip. But in order for us to do that, we also have to get players to run off the ball. Who's running in behind? Nobody. No one's making runs to stretch them. If he doesn't get across in here.
Sessegnon hits the top of the box to Basuma. Lola.
Come on, Basu.
Don't you dare hit a hit. Don't you dare hit it. Sonny. Dropping deep. We're playing very narrow here in the middle.
No one wants to give it to Sessegnon. No one wants to give it to him.
Whip it in, Sess. Please. Okay, top of the box to Sonny. Nicely done.
Bento.
Sonny.
Kulu. Doherty. Pass number 3 inside.
That was 4, actually.
4? Okay. Ridiculous.
Sonny has a hit.
Oh!
I'm loving these hits. Sonny, he's keeping the goalkeeper on his toes here.
Yeah.
Well done from Sonny, I would say, actually. The most proactive by the looks of things of any of the front players. Adrian Chia, Perisic leading the line. Never thought that Conte would try it.
I'm a bit confused. I would rather Sonny be leading the line. I think Sonny makes
them. They're kind of all playing through the middle, though, really. They're all playing really narrow at the moment.
It looks like what he's trying to do is keep Kulu and Son inside, so when the ball does break around the edge of the box for them to have a strike, because Harry Kane's strike against Portsmouth is ultimately what broke them down from around the edge of the box. So I think that's his thinking behind it. Keep Son and Kulu playing inside as much as you can. Keep Perisic up top. Get Sessegnon and Doherty on the outsides crossing the balls, which they have not done yet, by the way. And then when the ball breaks around the middle, you've got Kulu and Son, your two of your best finishers out there today to put it in the back of the net. But we're not using that wide enough. Doherty keeps coming back inside with it. Sessegnon keeps passing it back inside. We need to get balls at an angle from outside the box, swung in behind the back line to get people to run in and get on the end of it. We're not doing it. Yeah. Everything's playing in front of Preston, and this is what they want.
Maybe they're using Perisic through the middle, Adrian Chia, just because Perisic sort of brings that, you know, he has maybe more of an aerial presence than maybe Sonny does in the box. Maybe that's kind of the reasoning, is that maybe in the middle he'll have a bit more of an aerial presence. This is why you would want Richarlison, though, is because, you know, Richarlison would be absolutely delighted to be able to receive some of these crosses. And what a move from Lolo there, but gives it away afterwards.
For fuck's sake.
It's just trying all too much, really, it feels like Lolo. Well, one, though, back. Spurs, high up the pitch here, though.
What's the point?
Come on, Sess. Find somebody, Sess.
Oh, my God. It's atrocious.
Jeez, not even worth it, then. And Dark Sun G saying, David, what is that notebook? A death? Is that notebook a death note? Come on, you Spurs.
No, it's just, look, it's actually for me to kind of, because I'm very bad with schedules and stuff, so it's actually for me to try and organize myself more better. But it's also for me to jot down notes on things that I see that maybe when I say them, people don't understand. So today, prime example, it's a day where Doherty should be getting on the ball, skinning his foot back, putting the ball in the box. But already inside the first 26 minutes, he's opted to pass it inside 4 times already.
Is it 4 times now?
Yeah, and we wonder why we're not going to create anything. You know, this is why. These games involves you to get on the ball, beat some players, take them out of the game, and be a bit ingenuitive, if that's, or unless I've just made up the word, but it sounds good. Be ingenuitive, but we're not doing that. Dark Sun G basically is a death pad for some of these players, yes, and they should beware.
Chance! Ooh.
I'm telling you, Shawnee, and Jacko, we could so easily be caught out here in this game.
Lazy saying, Dark Sun G, I got you, buddy. Death Note reference. I don't think you and me are cool enough to get that one. I guess none of us are cool enough to get it. The Death Note reference. Sorry, Dark Sun G.
Let us know what's to do with it, though. I feel left out. I feel on the outside. Good ball over the top here, though. Look at Sonny sprinting like a madman.
Get there, Sonny.
Unlucky. I get a bad feeling about this game, boys.
To be honest, it feels like it's a bore draw. Like 3-1 doesn't seem like it's. But 1 goal changes the game. You know, if Tottenham score first, Preston have to come out and chase because it's a cup game. They can't even sit back and wait until the 90th minutes to put on the last 10. If Preston score first, it becomes a hell of a frustrating evening. First goal means everything. So, you know. Yeah. But we should be able to move the basics though. It's the basics, Jax. The basics, Dave. Like when Preston do eventually push forward, like they've done it 2 or 3 times. They've sat back. They've been very reserved. When they do get the ball and they do push forward and their move breaks down, and the ball falls to Sanchez or to Sessegnon or to Bentancur, they need to go. Okay, look, they're out of position now. Like if they're going to sit there and be resolute and do 5-4-1 the whole time, when they do push forward, you've got to move it quicker. You have to, and we're not.
Spot on.
Standards.
This.
Absolutely spot on. And then look, the longer the game goes on like this, you know, the more the Preston will fancy this. This is their sort of game, you know. Play long ball, look to push people up, get on the end of the second ball, win a free kick.
Drive, Matt. Jesus Christ, dude. You have so much space. Just keep driving up the pitch.
Fucking hell.
Is Royale on the bench?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
It's gone out to Matt Doherty.
Yes.
Well done. Oh, lucky.
Press.
More to read that.
Surprised that he decided to play Doherty in this one.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's just giving
Royale's in the back of the
net. No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Please. Why are you
taking my God.
Why are you taking your time?
What is he doing? He is strip him, take that armband off right now. He got lucky. He didn't even know where the ball is. He got lucky that back flick, that back heel over his head happened. He got lucky.
Turns around, kisses the armband, pats the chest. Done it again, boys. Don't worry, we're okay.
Sanchez, honestly, if I seen that on my local under-9s, I'd be telling the manager, take him off. I don't care. Just tell him to go and play rugby or hockey or something like that. He can't play football.
We should have just played him up front. That's what I'm saying. Is that the striker is just useless as a center back.
He's just, he got so.
Why was he taking his time there as well? There's a man like breathing down his neck as well. Like he was like looking around, like as if he forgot that the man was even right behind him. Jesus, he's clueless.
Honestly, my niece has more grace when she's having art day than what Sanchez does. It's a joke.
Everyone's saying Sanchez rainbow flick.
He got lucky that happened. Sean's right. He's probably standing there going, look at me, I'm class. I've seen more class in a brothel, in all honesty.
Oh, so they're in behind here. Win this, please. Turn.
Get on the ball.
Well done, Sessegnon. Drive, Sonny. Yes, son.
That's it, Sonny.
There you go, son. Oh, well, good try. Get it! Come on, bro.
Offside.
Still, though, he's getting muscled off afterwards still. Like, he wouldn't
That's
even get
more
there.
like it by Sonny, though, you know? Beat a player, make something happen. Perisic, unlucky. Like, this whole passing it around in front of him, it just becomes so predictable. That's what you need. Like Sonny, in fact, he's been our brightest player today. He's had a bit of a good start to the game. He's trying to make things happen.
Yeah, he is definitely. I think he's had a bit of success. He still maybe takes one touch too many, runs the ball into danger a few too many times. But generally speaking, I think he's been the brightest player on the pitch. I'd agree. I think Bento has been poor.
We've had
Matt Doherty's been poor. Bissouma looks like he's very casual, a little bit too casual, walking a little bit too much for my liking. Not enough movement.
God.
Come on, Sanchez, do it for the captaincy.
Do you know what we've had?
What is that?
Oh my God!
What the fuck is that for a pass, bro?
Keeps it in by
We've had nothing come down this right side whatsoever this game so far. It's all down the left.
Yes.
Oh, he's on.
Overhit it every time. Great run from Sonny. Great run.
He's smiling again. Good on Sonny.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself. Just overhit by Lenglet. Sonny would have been in there. We need to get the right-hand side going as well. Everything's coming down the left. We need to get stuff going down the right as well.
Good to see you, Phil. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Phil's in the house.
Phil. Big up, Phil, my man.
Yeah, I haven't seen Decky do too much, have we?
Oh, he's barely touched the ball.
Yeah.
Preston, they're playing lovely little play.
Let's go.
Well done,
Bissouma. Well done, Bissouma.
Find somebody.
Move!
Move for him, Matt. Jesus.
Oh, what is that hospital pass?
And
Jesus,
ladies and
you're gonna
gentlemen,
fire it into him. Why not? Yeah, why not just hit it as hard as you can into Sonny's feet with a man right on him?
Now you know why he passes inside.
No reason as well. What is he even aiming for? He's hitting it like as hard as he can into Sonny's feet when there's already a man on his back.
Do you know why, Jack? Because he knows he can't pass it inside, so he just wraps it in.
Oh.
Telling you, Sanchez and Tanganga.
Long way. Nice touch there, actually. Low.
Well done,
Lovely.
Go on, low.
Bassouma turn.
Get turned. Well done.
There you are, Sonny. Drive, Sonny.
In the space.
See Sessegnon. Sessegnon, make a run, lad.
Let's go.
Perisic back. Perisic.
Nicely done. Oh,
it's very cramped in the middle. It's very cramped in the middle. Come on.
But this is where we need to start stretching the play out wide. But our wing backs don't want to do it. You know, I can count. Look, Doherty's passed the ball in 6 times already, once forward. But how many times has Sessegnon passed it back inside?
Yeah, you should have a second tally for him
He's
as well.
Probably on about 10.
He does it as well, yeah. There's just no belief in their ability to just drive with the ball and whip the ball in at pace. But at the same time, like, you know, you have to sometimes point towards the strikers and say, like, that they're never in the box when you need them either.
True.
You know?
But then is it not going to do they not bother going into the box because they're so used to the ball coming back inside? So it's
yeah. Good point.
It's hard to know.
Let's go, Decky.
Go on.
Yeah, I've not even seen Kulu do anything today. Oh, and he gives it away as well.
That's a free. Thank you.
Here's a Perisic assist and a Sonny goal. We get both two of the 3 metrics out the way in one go.
Free
At least
kick, it looks like.
Have a goal there. At least they're trying to have a goal. That's more like it. Force them into these fouls. Who's standing over this? Perisic and Sonny. Be a perfect position for Kulu to take that.
They're letting Sonny whip it in.
Yeah. Yeah, have we ever seen Kulu stand over a free kick and whip and have a crack? We haven't, have we?
No.
I don't think so.
I bet you he'd be quite handy at it.
I reckon so. Sonny, get a good delivery in here. Put this in. Give it a chance. Someone to go and attack it.
What's the bet? What's the price? It hits that one man wall. It hits him in the face.
Oh, if it does, I go, man. Go on, Sonny. Give them a fighting chance. That's all we ask.
Sonny.
He hits it off the guy in front of him and it's gone out for a corner.
One-man wall. It's a one-man wall.
We are atrocious at set plays. And free kicks, we are absolutely. Do you know what? I shouldn't even be laughing because it gets me so annoyed. But it's like if you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
That's hilarious.
Perisic, come on, getting a good ball here. Perisic with the corner. It's a good delivery.
Oh,
Post. Oh, it's gone back out same side for another corner.
So
So it'll be another
Sanchez, was that
Perisic
Sanchez with the
delivery.
flick there?
yeah, I'd whip it in a
Sanchez.
Sanchez here.
Kissing that badge.
Jack loves to have somebody's in the box. He
Oh,
loves it.
as the moment Sanchez gets away from his own defensive line, I do rate him.
Oh, it's a short one to Kulu.
Oh!
That's more like it, Tottenham.
Yeah, that looked like that took a deflection, but I guess it sailed over.
That's more like it. Bit of ingenuity.
I do like that we've been going for long shots, though, at the same time. Sonny and now Kulu.
It's a bit of a crap game plan to rely on long shots, though.
No, we're not relying on them. I mean, it's just we're doing them when, we're not just passing it sideways the whole entire time and just, expecting something to happen out of nothing. You can get lucky, especially with these goalkeepers, Dave. Never know. They can spill something and just give you an easy tap in. You always got to test them.
Matt Doherty. Now all that space. Oh my lord! Another one inside. That's number 7. Fucking hell! All the space into
Here we are, though. We're driving up the pitch. Basuma. Come on, whip it in, Sass. You got time.
Oh, it's clever.
God.
Okay, right-footed. Oh, Jesus, dude.
So used to this. He's so bad.
Terrible
Basuma, man, on. Jeez, this is sketchy. Why?
He's done all the hard work. He's created the space. He's pulled it back.
Well
and then
done.
He looks up. Let's
Bento.
go.
Yes, Bento.
Bento.
Get in the box, son.
Oh,
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
It's like he's half asleep, Bentancur, this game.
He is. He hasn't been great whatsoever.
He's terrible against Fulham as well. Terrible against Fulham.
No Papa Matasara on the bench today either. Come on, Tottenham. Just show a bit of life. Show something.
We just have no quality. I think we're getting killed by the poor quality at right wing back and left wing back right now. We really are. Because they're giving us the space out wide. It's just that when we find it out wide, it's that Doherty passes it inside every time. And then Sessegnon is incapable of putting in a cross, even when he has like about 8 yards of space to do so. He still can't do it. He's worse than Emerson at crossing. He's worse than Emerson at crossing. Sessegnon by a country mile.
Yeah.
But then, Jack, why doesn't...
Because Emerson at least gets the ball. Emerson will get the ball into the box. Like Sessegnon just hits it off his man every single time, or has to hit it with his right foot, and it goes nowhere. It's pathetic.
Then, Jack, why do these guys continue to get free passes then? Because Emerson gets hit, and these guys have been doing it a lot longer than what he's been here.
I don't blame Basuma for having it. I think Basuma's got the shackles on him all the time. I think he's being misused. Completely been overtrained and misused for the formation. He's not the right guy for the formation. And I think he needs to have a bit more freedom to do what he needs. But then you need somebody else around him that can do the job. And Tottenham don't have a Casemiro. Tottenham don't have a Thomas Partey or a Granit Xhaka. Tottenham don't have that kind of absolute solid rock of a midfielder who can do the business. Bentancur is probably our best midfielder, but I don't know how you define him. What sort of? He's not someone that crunches you, but he's a technical. But and so I think that because we don't have someone that can allow Basuma to flow, it's and maybe Basuma's supposed to be that guy, but that's not the guy that he was at Brighton. So I don't know.
I agree with that. I do think it is the shackles sort of being placed on him. But Conte has a history with that, with the likes of Fabregas, Eriksen, where he won't play them until they're used to his tactics. Look, rightly or wrongly so. But Conte does have a history of that. But I do put Basuma more on Conte.
Whip it in, Doc.
It's not a bad ball.
But to what, Jack? I want to know why does Emerson get the hate he does for how little he's been here, compared to the likes of a Doherty or a Sessegnon, who's been putting in shit a lot longer than what he has.
I'm just going to
Basuma,
see what
not
Preston
Emerson,
do here.
Basuma.
Preston driving down the left. Try to pass it inside through the midfield.
It's better from... Come on. Focus now in the last 5 minutes. You don't want to give away a sloppy one.
Yeah, let's see. Let's get a goal here, boys.
Longlay's been okay.
Let's nick a goal here. I don't care how we do it. Let's nick a goal here. Here we are.
Let's go, Perisic. Get into the box, Kulu and Sonny.
Top of the box to Bentancur here.
Come on, Kulu, on his left foot here. Let's get in a good one.
Jesus, there's just no runs. No one's making any runs. It's just so static at the moment. Out wide, though, to Sessegnon. Come on, Sess. Back post.
Oh,
That is atrocious. If that's not a corner, that is oh my god.
That's not a corner.
He's gone to cross the ball. And he's put it out.
He just doesn't know what he's doing anymore. I don't think he just doesn't know what he's doing anymore.
Oh my lord. Oh my god. Honestly,
why can't they just spend some time on the training ground, like running at pace? Like, surely they can get one of those balls that just like a ball machine that just fires.
I mean, they've had practice all game today to do it. They've had multiple. They've had multiple opportunities.
They can't cross the ball on the run. It's like they have to stop and have. It's almost like stationary crosses only, and by that point the move breaks down. It's so frustrating.
Honestly,
they're just not good enough.
I would make a case and put change both of them at halftime.
I think Doherty is just playing just boring as hell. Whereas Sessegnon, to be fair to Sessegnon, he's getting in good position. He's just his quality is just shot. He has just lost all ability and all quality. Whereas Matt Doherty refuses to do anything exciting with the ball, refuses to do anything inventive, anything creative, anything that's beyond just passing sideways.
Let's go. Yeah, I completely agree, Jack. And I agree with you, Dave. Like you make the argument to pull Sessegnon off, put Perisic back at left wing back, bring on Danjuma.
And get Emerson on for Doherty as well.
Yeah. There's no. I don't know if we necessarily need to worry too much about the risk from Preston.
There you go. Yes, there you go.
Have a hit! What a tackle! What a tackle!
Good block. Sonny's been our best player today. He's been brilliant. Linked up play and trying to create.
I agree. He's the only one that seems to be breaking a sweat, even, is what I would say.
Oh,
no. He's the only one breaking a sweat, I would say, is Sonny.
The only one trying anything.
Yeah.
He's the only one actually trying.
Yes! Get there. Put pressure on Perry.
Well done. Get the ball.
Win that.
This. Well Here we are. Played up to Lolo. Yes, turn Lolo.
Suma on the ball through the middle. Oh, get off that cameraman. Get with the ball, you idiot. There we go. Back to Langley.
Here we are.
See, he doesn't want to give it to Sessegnon. He just knows what Sessegnon's going to do.
He's telling him. He's yelling at him, saying, "Get the fuck up the pitch, bro. Make the run."
But the amount of times he's refusing to give it to him. It's like, I'll just do it myself.
Doherty back in the Sonny.
Suma, look at Langley. Go on, one touch.
Nice pass, Tanganga.
Who's in there?
Oh, make the
move. It in.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, fucking hell. How much more space does he need?
It's his favorite thing to do. It really is. It's his favorite thing to do. It really is. It's his favorite thing to do is just hit the man right in front of him. Come on, Lolo. Please don't give away a foul. Don't give away a foul. And he gives away a fucking foul. And he gives away a
just sell Sessegnon. Sell him now. Paratici, put him on the transfer list. It's shit. Just take no for an answer. Stop persisting with the guy. He's regressed since he's 17. Used to score and assist goals. Can't even fucking cross the ball. He's shit. I've had enough of him. Every fucking game is the same. Portsmouth were in League 1 or League 2. The exact same shit. Why would I expect him to do it against Championship opposition? Let alone the likes of the Premier League and shit. He's a disgrace. Get rid of him. I had enough. He's fucking useless. And no wonder why we're not creating that. The wing backs are supposed to create.
Why is he even on the fucking pitch? Like, I don't understand the whole motion of putting Perisic in the forward line and then putting him at left wing back. Is it because he doesn't trust the three centre backs? If that's the case, then why are you playing those three centre backs? Preston are never going to come here and be the forward threat, the front foot footballing threat. Why you got Sessegnon on the fucking pitch?
It's because he wants to rest others and he wants to give people minutes and stuff like this. And it's
just a week. There's a week until Man City. It's like we're not playing 2 games a week right now.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. But, we have to learn. We do have to rest players to have them the fittest possible. I get there's a week between games, but no player ever goes into a Premier League game 100% fit and ready to go. And it gives them a week to get over maybe a little niggles, this, that, and the other. And I understand it.
You got to be honest. Richarlison has screwed us over as well because Richarlison should be available for this one. He never seems to be available at any game whatsoever. And this would be a game where he would start. He'd play through the middle. Maybe Sonny plays on the left or, Perisic gets played on the left. Life gets made a bit easier. I think also Richie, right? Takes, the fact that he still isn't available is frustrating here, I think, because...
Well,
Because
In
both of our
reality,
left wing backs are on the pitch at the moment. So one of
yeah.
them, is going to be either, Perisic, who either move down to left wing back, or we're going to have to suffer through this with Sessegnon for the next 90 minutes. I don't know, really is. But that
But
was
in
an
reality,
absolute snoozer.
look, we can moan all we want, but this is the squad of players he has to pick from. These are the senior players in the team that he has to pick from. It was the same with Jose. Why does he pick him? Why does he do this? Why does he do that? Like this is my problem with this. You're talking about probably 8 players out there who pretend they want to be here, right? Now, do everything in your power to go out and have a good game and take the fucking game to them. You know, my betting is some of these players walking in there now going, did it at halftime. I'm giving contest selection headache. When in reality, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're just showing everybody why they're not a part of the first 11. It's not good enough. Even the likes of Bento, who is a part of the 11, not good enough. Son is the only player that can come off that pitch with his head held high.
He only looked like the only player that actually had broken a sweat. And I do mean that by the fact
Yeah.
that I've seen a lot of players walking today. There are a lot of players that just seem half asleep. Bentancur just seems half asleep. I haven't even seen Doherty make one single sprint, I'll be honest, on that right-hand side. I haven't seen him make one run in behind. I've never even seen him at the back post at any stage when there's been opportunities. It just doesn't even seem like anybody's even willing to kind of break a sweat on the pitch outside of Son. It's actually maybe relieving to see that Sonny's kind of the only one showing any sense of urgency, any sense of care, any sense of effort. But I don't know, Shawnee. For me today, I think what's really letting us down right now is those wingbacks. Like, it's just really poor quality from Sessegnon. Sessegnon seems to be trying, but his quality is just gone. He's just as lost as a footballer. Whereas I would say on the other side, Doherty has the ability from time to time. He just doesn't seem to want to actually do anything. He's just happy just to give someone else, the pressure, give someone else the responsibility, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. What's your assessment here, Sean?
Well, look, I mean, dominance in possession. I'm just looking at the stats, right? 72% versus 28. We've had 7 shots, 2 on target. They've had 3 and 0. We've had a lot of touches inside the box. We've more than doubled the amount of passes. They're not playing even very well. They've only had 138 passes, and they've got a 68% accuracy on them. Like, they're playing badly according to when they have the ball, what they do with it. So I don't feel like we're under threat, but they are defending resolutely. It's a very frustrating game, but you should have expected that. And to be honest, like to your point, Jack, when we were talking about why is Sessegnon on the pitch instead of Perisic in the left wing back spot, when Perisic is on the pitch anyway, so he's not really being rested or rotated. He's still playing. Like, to me,
but that's more the fault of Richarlison, I would say, at the end of the day. Like, and maybe Conte could have considered playing Danjuma first, but then that's right. It's a bit of a headache sort of pick there. You can see where he's coming from, maybe with going with the more experience, but it's just, again, like, I think Richarlison even takes a bit of blame for that, actually, because this is where he has to relieve other players of time, because he's barely played it or featured at all this season. And I don't know how he's picking up these knocks or anything like that when he's barely even playing at all in the first place. It's getting frustrating here. It's like a Gio Lo Celso situation.
In terms of like the scores on the doors from like the players that you wouldn't think this, but Davinson Sanchez apparently has got the height. He's the best player on the pitch. Captain El Capitan for the day.
You're right by saying that defense hasn't been challenged, Sean. Like, the defense really, for the most part, has not been challenged. And I wouldn't say, apart from maybe Sanchez's rainbow flick, to himself, that was maybe the most, sketchy moment of the game. I don't think there really have been any sketchy moments. Preston just seemed to get, they just get it launched in hopes that it goes to somebody. But most times we just seem to be cleaning it up because we have 3 center backs back there. So that does kind of help us to a degree. It makes it hard to, I think, counterattack us. But I think what it is actually is we have plenty of the ball, and we actually find the ball sometimes in not really the worst of positions. It's just the quality of some of these players is really letting us down. And I think in a lot of cases, it's even also players that we know are good enough. Like Bentancur has let us down on a few occasions. Longley has had a few. I remember Longley had that nice ball over the top, Sean, and he missed Sonny entirely, hit it all the way to the goalkeeper. There've been moments like that as well, where we're just like overhitting passes and, things like that, I don't know, but that's how
I'd like to see some changes. I'm even thinking that, listen, I think the only threat that Preston are going to take tonight, they might push if it's still 0-0 in the 80th minute. Maybe they'll start to be a bit more expansive, but they are going to be a threat if they chip those long balls in. And like Dave said, the guy Brady, if he's a good set piece taker, then that time he put the ball in there, it was a bit of a kind of pinball effort that was happening, and they had a chance, right? The ball did fall to them, and it was nervy. For me, we need a goal. I don't know where it's coming from right now. Sonny looks like he's the most active, but I think there's options off the bench. I think you could even make the argument to probably go to a back four and try something else, 4-2-3-1 or something like that. But I want to see something else. I want to see Conte earn his money now and find a way in halftime to get us to be a bit more urgent, a bit more up for the second half, because this has been piss poor, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
100% Steve, it has been.
Yeah.
I just want to say, after the super chat, I just want to touch on. No, we'll do the super chat first, but after that, I want to touch on something. A lot of what I'm seeing in the comments about Conte's tactics, I want to touch on it just after.
Okay. Jordan Stevens saying, are you seriously saying Reguilón is worse than Sessegnon? At least that guy could put in a decent cross and not kick it into the first man every single time. Jordan, I mean, I feel like you're after my own heart here. That was my whole point with keeping actually Reguilón instead of Sessegnon. I liked Reguilón, but I wasn't really, let's say, huge fan of his. I just always rated him ahead of Sessegnon because that's what I saw. I felt like Reguilón actually picks out his man. It felt like every single time. Even during the Nuno days, I think under Nuno, he had 4 assists or something like that, when we weren't creating anything. Reguilón is actually quite good at picking out crosses. That was probably his best ability. The moment he got into the box, don't get me wrong, he was absolutely useless. It felt like when he actually had a chance in front of goal. But at the end of the day, I think he was a much better player when it came to being able to deliver a cross. And whether you're a wing back or a fullback, you have to be able to put in a good cross. And Sessegnon doesn't matter. He just can't. He just seems incapable of being able to put in a cross. I'm not even sure what type of footballer he is at this stage because he can't put in a good cross. Doesn't really seem to have the actual technical ability to be a left winger either. So I'm just confused at this stage what his real position is because it's not even very good defensively at this stage, Jordan Stevens. So I'm with you. I would much rather have Reguilón right now than Sessegnon. Reguilón at least would put in a good ball.
Yeah.
The reason why Reguilón was shipped on is because Conte wanted Perisic in, but Sessegnon is English. He has to stick around for this homegrown quota. And this is something I've said a long time. We've got some of the worst English players out there to pick from. Some of them were in the England team and now so far removed from it. It's unbelievable, But that's why Reguilón was shipped on, because Perisic is better than Reguilón, but we all know Reguilón's better than Sessegnon. Sessegnon was at least Reguilón was in the right positions, getting into the box there when the ball was out the right-hand side, But people wanted to back Sessegnon, but the only reason why Sessegnon really stayed around is because he's English and because of the homegrown quota. That's the only reason why. The only reason why. And that's why I say we have to get better English players in here so we don't have to do this shit in the future. But I do, but big up, Jordan. Really appreciate support. Good to see you, by the way. And hopefully you're doing okay, my man. I really do hope so. I want to touch on something that's in the comments just quickly, Jack. A lot of people, putting this down on Antonio Conte. They're saying, look, he's playing 5 at the back. It's very defensive. It's not 5 at the back, though. Look how far our wing backs are pushed forward. We've been playing with the bare tree across that back line all game. What you can't put on Conte is these players not having the hunger, the hunger, or the passion, or even that bit of belief in themselves to make things happen in these games. These guys all sit there, cry, and want minutes. And as soon as any manager gives them minutes, it's like, oh, well, I don't want it in this game. I want it in this game. It's like, no, you're not playing this game because you're sitting in these games, And it's
is it not? But is it not though? Is it not? Sorry, Dave. Is it not on Conte to find a way to get them motivated? Isn't that what a coach is for?
I understand this argument, and I would accept this argument if I didn't hear it under Nuno, if I didn't hear it under Jose. I would understand the argument, but the fact that I've heard it for the same argument posed for 2-3 different managers now, it's like I don't buy it. You've got some of the best motivators in the game in Jose Mourinho. You don't win trophies unless you're able to motivate players. Same as Antonio Conte. Some of these guys are just not good enough to be here, and they don't have the hunger. We can put everything on Conte we want, but you can't put on Conte Sessegnon not being able to fucking cross a ball. That problem existed before Conte. Can't put on Conte and Matt Doherty passing the ball inside all the time. That problem existed before Conte. But these are the players he has to use. And when he wants to give, we were all sitting there moaning a while ago, we need to give some of these guys a break. Well, newsflash, when we give them a break, these are the guys that come in. And then when they come in, we blame Conte. He's not motivating them, this, that, and the other. I don't blame Conte. These guys got me knocked out to Zagreb. These guys lost to Colchester. These guys were getting us knocked out of Europa Conference League. I don't blame all that on Conte.
Sessegnon
Sessegnon
was the one who got the red card. Sessegnon was the one who got the red card in the Ennis Mirror game, I even recall as well. Like, it is a similar bunch, to be honest.
But it's not like I don't think anyone's saying it's all on Conte. This like there should never be a unipolar get blame game, in my opinion. I say this every day on my channel. When things are tough, everyone wants to go with their narrative. It's either if it's Daniel Levy and ENIC that you want to blame, then everything has to be on his shoulders, and no one else can get any credit because it dilutes the message. If it's Conte you have a problem with, maybe there's an issue. People say it's all about Conte, but I think that there is massive amounts of blame to go around. But I do think that everyone deserves a slice. But for me, I think that the coach, if you paid £15 million a year, then and you're an elite manager, then you have to be able to find a way to motivate or to get the best out of whatever you have. Arteta's doing it. It's taken him 3 years to do it, but he's doing it now. Arteta's team, I know they've got one of the world's best midfielders, but their defense wasn't spectacular last season. Like their attacking options weren't still aren't spectacular.
He's got 2 more years till he's got 3 years.
Arteta was allowed to get rid of exactly what he wanted to get rid of. Where we can't do that. We can't get rid of them.
Steve D saying, Dave, glad you're back.
Yeah, look, I was glad to be back until this first 45 minutes, to be honest with you. But no, honestly, look, I'm delighted to be back. But look, I hear what Sean's saying, and I hear other people that make the arguments. I'm never going to shoot it down because, there's probably an element of truth in everything. But when I keep seeing the same performances, and I've seen this, by the way, not under Nuno, under Conte, under Pochettino at times when he's relied on these guys. I can't put this on Conte when this has been happening since before he came. As a club, we need to accept reality and accept the answers they're giving us. They're not good enough. Ship them on, sell them on. It's easy, But no, we want to play tiddlywinks. We want to sit there and mess around with finances. At some stage, you've got to say, look, by hook or crook, we've got to get these guys out and get guys in that are going to be good enough. People that tell me I'm wrong on the likes of Sessegnon and Doherty and that, it's not on them, it's on Conte. Regardless of who the manager is next season, wait until you see maybe a Doge if he's back up to Perisic, or Perisic when he's back up to a Doge next season in these games. Guarantee you'll see a lot more from these guys than what you're seeing from Ryan Sessegnon. Same on the other side when you have Porro coming in, and it's either going to be Emerson or Spence as the backup. You will watch the hunger and the desire they'll have to make things happen compared to these guys. I'm telling you now, just watch it. It's going to make a massive difference. We can sit here and blame contest tactics all we want. To be honest with you, to beat Preston, you shouldn't even need tactics. You should just be able to send out 11 players and play them off the pitch. There's a reason why they're bottom half of the championship.
And also as well here, I think it's just, even if you want to put some blame on Conte, I think that's plenty fine. But I think what's coming through here is some of the players' quality, regardless of his coaching, is just coming through. Production First saying with the super chat, I'm ashamed with us having people, not players, on the pitch. Some of them are a disgrace, not just to Spurs, but to football. Come on, you Spurs. Let's get some real players in, please. This is where I sort of look at it, is that, yes, maybe if you do want to lay some of the blame on Conte in certain games when it comes to the tactics, I have seen him get it wrong before. But it does feel like certain players have been put in good positions in this game to be able to do something. Like the guy, even just now, like the guy was, 8 yards away from Sessegnon, and Sessegnon still found a way to pile drive it into his face and give him a concussion or whatever it was. It really is just, and it's just also, it's the sheer quality of these players is just coming down and down and down. It's just, I don't know. They're just kind of making a mockery of themselves. It feels like in certain situations. I reckon that I understand it's not exciting. It's a bit of a snooze fest, but also part of the snooze fest is just due to the fact that we have players that find themselves in great positions that can't even put a simple ball in. I feel like today, really for me, I know maybe Bentancur and Basuma haven't been too exciting. I know Kulusevski hasn't been too exciting, but it seems like, to me at least, production, where Preston are giving us the space and where Preston are giving us the freedom is in those wide areas. And yet again, it's these wing backs that seem to be letting us down in those wide areas because they're just simply incapable of putting in any decent cross or any decent type of bit of creativity or movement. Even if they can't put in a good cross, at least do what Emerson does. Emerson makes those runs in behind, right? He tries to sort of move a bit kind of infield to maybe kind of challenge maybe the the wing back, maybe test him a bit. It just feels like everybody's just also unwilling to even break a sweat out there is another problem as well.
The thing is, though, just quickly, and then I'll let Shawnee in because I know you want to move on, Jack, over to another point. But just quickly, the guys through the middle, Son Kulu, who's been asked to sit around the edge of the box, play through the middle. They're doing their jobs. They're getting off shots. They're trying to create, right? But the guys out wide, I ask you this: if Sessegnon, and he's probably passed it back 10 times, but also the crosses that he did attempt actually made it into the box, it would look more exciting. Same as the 7 times this side. Doherty has also chose to pass inside. If he got the ball on the outside and done what is supposed to happen in this system, it would look better. It looks so much better.
Vola Faladun has become a Flat Cap member. Big yourself up, Vola, my man. And then as well, we also have a super chat from him, a very generous one. And he says, I don't understand why a professional football player making over 100,000 pounds a week should have to be motivated to do his fucking job, says Vola. Honestly, I think some of them are motivated to do their job. They're just not even good enough to do it, it seems like, at least to me. But Dave, what would you say to Vola?
No, I'll let Shawnee in on this because I agree with Fuller. So we'll let Shawnee go in on this because he disagrees.
Yeah, Sean, maybe, he's just saying these guys are paid over 100 grand a week. I mean, they should be able to do some of these basics tasks.
No, you're right. No, they absolutely should. But, anyone that's paid, like, I 100% agree. Like, you shouldn't have to motivate them. But what is the point of a coach? If the point of a coach is literally just to pick 11 players and then say, this is the system and that's it, and they're devoid of any accountability for anything else, then I don't think they're worth I don't think they're worth a 1/1,000,000th of what they get paid.
Yeah.
There's more to coaching. You have to coach the players. You have to develop the players. You have to pick the system. You have to adapt. You have to be like moldable and identify weak spots and try and figure out. Like, there's so much that a coach needs to do that I think that you have to accept that there is, a part, not necessarily a huge part, but there's a part of responsibility for Conte to figure out why it is that these players are not motivated to move the ball faster. When Doherty comes back inside all the time, when Dave said earlier that Doherty cuts back inside, he's literally standing right next to Conte when he does it. If Conte doesn't want him to do that, Conte should be shouting at him the first time he does it, the second time he does it, the third time, and by the fourth time he should be saying, if you do that one more fucking time, bro, you're coming off the pitch and you're not playing again.
By the fucking
he's saying that he's after shouting at Doherty for doing it.
He maybe wants to yank him off. Oh, nice little ball in here.
Can we get turned?
Give it back to Basuma. What are you doing, mate? Expect the ball. Expect the He should be expecting the ball there.
It back up. We'll get back to you in 1 second, Fuller. Don't worry about that. We've got Kulu. Back to Bento. Back to Kulu.
It's better start, Tottenham. It's a better start. Second half FC to save us.
It's a better start. But Fuller Faladun, first of all, my man, it's been a while. I hope you are keeping well. Hopefully life has been kind to you, and it's great to see you, buddy. But I agree with you. I mean, the wages, surely that's we paid them the incentives to be motivated, right? That's where the motivation is, especially with Sanchez, his money. We know that because he doesn't want to leave for first team football. So the wages is sort of their incentives. The lifestyle that wages brings is their incentive. Coming to a club like Tottenham Hotspur, from clubs we've picked him from, is their incentive.
Yeah.
Well, should
Let's go, Seth. Good ball.
First ball in. He's put in. First time he's got a bit of space.
Not a bad ball as well.
Oh, Sonny gives it away now.
But big up, Fuller. Really appreciate the support,
really generous, my man.
I 100% agree with you, my man. And then we have Dermatron as well. Let me see if there's a comment.
Very poor first half, but here's a drink for the three of you. Come on, you Spurs. Woohoo, says Dermot. Big up, my man. And
big up, Dermatron.
Waiting for that goal celebration. And maybe the big H is going to have to come on, Dermatron, and just show them how it's done. I think that might need to bring on the big guns, Dermot. Might need to bring on the big guns, bring on the big H and show them how it's done. But I would say keep Sonny on the pitch. Man, we haven't said that in a while. Keep Sonny on.
Sonny's been the best player for Tottenham.
Big up, Dermatron. Yeah. And then big up, Dermot. I'll definitely have 2 cokes on that for sure. And then the bottom do, and then after that, Steve D has a comment, the one above the bottom do super chat that I just want to ask him something, but do the bottom do it first.
Okay, the bottom dude is saying fans usually say it's Conte's fault, and then Levy is bald. Conte out. Reality, we are not moving the ball very fast, and no creativity in that final third. For me, to bottom dude, it just simply is some of these players just don't seem to have any will or initiative to want to create when they're found in good positions as well. And I think it's not really been as much of the fault of Kulusevski or Sonny or other players. Oh, It's been more the fault of wing backs today to bottom Duda. I mean, Sessegnon has been useless, and then Doherty has just been incapable or maybe unwilling to really do anything with it when he's been found in good positions. When it comes to Basuma and Bentancur, they seem a bit kind of asleep out there, but I don't know. Like, I'm not going to really grind them down too much because, like I said, I think the guys that have found themselves in really good opportunities to create for us in the way that you described has been those wing backs, and they really have let us down today. I'm dying for Pedro Porro at this stage to bottom Duda. I'm dying for him.
Yeah,
Big
no, I couldn't agree more. Big up the bottom Duda.
And then Steve D says, what is the point of a coach if it's not to get the most out of a group of players?
Yeah,
why play the bloody system? Not like he's got a clue if it ain't working.
I understand. And I asked Steve D and maybe people that think like Steve D, if you were in charge of this club, what players would you want out the door first? And if your answer is Sanchez, Sessegnon, Doherty, people like that, then you cannot attribute that to the performances on Antonio Conte and saying it's up to him to get the best.
Over the head.
Sonny!
Come on! Come on! Wow! That's not right, Dick. He's back.
Oh, Sonny's back!
What a hit from the Sunster.
What a shot!
I missed
With the
it. I was
lefty
too busy
as
speaking
well.
to Steve D. That's why he's my nemesis.
Oh,
Absolute
left-footed worldie
belter.
from Sonny. And he's
Come
been
on,
doing it all
Sonny.
game, Dave. I told you, Dave. I told you, just keep firing from deep here. Just keep taking these long shots. You never know. You'll get lucky. It's exactly what you need to do.
Let's have a look at this.
It's exactly. I love that's what Sonny been doing today. I love that
Totally.
Sonny's been doing that today. Excellent work.
Basuma passes it inside to Sonny. Sonny one touch on his left foot. Look at
Oh,
that.
what a screamer.
Space. Too much space.
Wow. What he absolutely
Oh,
bends
side
that
netting
right
as
into
well.
the
Look at the
corner.
dip on it, too. Look at the dip on it. Side netting.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's moving quickly. And even in the slow motion, it's moving quickly.
Sonny
look at
knows
this.
how to score goals from outside the box.
Oh, he
season.
loves
Look at
this
that.
type of. He loves those left-footed. Oh, look at that left-footed
It's
screamer.
curled outside the park.
That's
the
gorgeous, Sean. Side netting. Gorgeous
Back.
from Sunster.
Come on.
He deserves it. It's Sean, because you said, Sean, he's been the best player today, and he's been taking these long hits, and I've been liking it. He's showing initiative. He's the only one that I feel like is breaking a sweat out there and earning that 100K a week. Let's be honest. I think Sonny is. He's been taking, he's been working hard out there.
Today. Yeah, today. I'm only teasing when I say he's back.
We don't need a person.
But he deserved that goal today, would you say, Sean? He's been
Yeah,
working hard.
I'm glad for him. It justifies the inclusion. I said at the start, I think that whilst I wasn't happy with his inclusions of late, I was angry that he was playing against Fulham. But then I found out during the game, obviously, that Richarlison wasn't fit and Brian Hill was obviously injured as well. So when there's very few options, then obviously it justifies the inclusion by needs must. But today I thought it made sense. You don't want to drop him and then play the new kid straight away. It could have derailed him.
Driving here.
And instead, you play him in a game like this with a slightly weaker opposition, and you can give him get the ball to him, and he can do these sorts of things. So
who knows too? Who knows? Maybe that pressure. People spoke about how Stephen Bergwijn, right, was that pressure. kind of that guy breathing down his neck. Maybe Danjuma with the arrival of Danjuma kicks Sonny into gear a bit more now.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Good times.
And then Dark Sun G said just like that, great minds think alike. He says Danjuma joins us and scores a scream, and Sonny scores a screamer. Finally, I think so, Dark Sun G. I think it's just sort of that guy that will breathe down his neck, give him a bit of competition, remind him that anybody is droppable or anybody, can be given a rest at the end of the day. And maybe Danjuma's here to kind of remind him of that. And he's responded well. And he's the only one, like I said before, Dark Sun G, that seems to actually really... Yeah, like this is just really tried out there from the looks of it.
Shots! Oh! That would have been a Perisic assist, Dave, and then I bet it right on.
I know. But big up Dark Sun G, brother. I hope you're keeping well, by the way. Oh, who's this Perisic? Give it to him. Go on for the assist. Oh, don't shoot. We need you to assist.
Yeah. Although I'd actually love Perisic to score a goal. Has he scored? He hasn't scored a goal in a Tottenham shirt, has he?
I'm dying to break out that Perisic song.
Which one is that?
Rejected Chelsea to play away our late.
Oh, yeah. His name is Ivan Perisic.
Yeah.
Do you know, I actually messaged that fella who played your... Tim Winston. I messaged him on Twitter because I found myself 3 days after he was on your show doing that. 3 days
Yeah.
I was sitting away, working away, and it was in my head, that song, that particular song. His name is Ivan Perisic. And I actually messaged him and said, mate, I don't know what your songs do to me, but they get in my head on a loop.
Yeah, they do, man. They get me buzzing, you know. I like listening to them on match days. It's like it takes me away from everything that's going on and puts me in pure delusion and Spurs mode. I fucking love it. Sessegnon on the ball, looking to drive. He's too weak.
Come on, Sess.
He's got to be sold. I'm sorry, this is atrocious. Oh
Who's
my God!
Who's going to pay for him? Though?
Look at him. Alan Brown is toying with him. Now, Philip Brady is watching the watch along on the bus on the way home, and he knows Alan Brown shouldn't be doing that to Sessegnon. Preston on the attack here, though. This is the danger of only being one goal to the good. They're going to swing this to the back post. It's a good block, actually, by Sessegnon. Picks it back up.
Good boy, the Sess.
Where is that to? Just Perisic pressing. Look at that. Got a bit of rocket in his boots.
I don't want him to exhaust himself because he'll be a natural substitution for Danjuma, and I'll bet he needs to get an assist before he comes off.
Yeah, he does. So bad. So bad.
He's probably got 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Any need for any subs in your mind, Jack?
I think Jacko's gone to the toilet, I think.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind seeing subs. I'd be honest. I'd fucking haul off Ryan Sessegnon. I think he's been atrocious. I think you've got to make a statement. You know, you've got to say, look, this isn't good enough. I would like, as well as Son's playing, I'd like him to come off early. You know, give him a rest.
He's been really good today. Look, he does look like he's back. His confidence is there again this evening.
He's playing with confidence. You're spot on, lad.
Got to see it against Manchester City on
Sessegnon. He's got about 40 yards. Oh my God. Yeah, no, you're right. We need it against City. You know, we need him against City. If we would have had him against City the last day, we probably would have put 3 or 4 by then.
Yeah. He's just he hasn't been there for any of the games. You know,
we're missing his goals this season. You know, 23
massively,
goals
mate.
Year.
What's he scored? 4 goals this year, and the hat trick in 30 minutes, and the other one was a deflected shot anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen,
Sonny, I want you to step away, please. It's not what I want.
Short one. No, give back to Perisic. We want him to cross. Give it to Perry.
Give it to Perry. Win it. Well done, Bents.
Kulu. Oh,
that's good. That's nice. That's nice. Don't go backwards, Sessegnon. Oh, good.
Out to good ball. Into Sonny.
This is better football. It's nice to see good second half football.
This is more like it.
But why can't we do it in the first half, Dave? What is it like? Please, someone explain to me why we are always a 45-minute team.
Honestly, Sean, if any of us had the answers, we'd be millionaires. We would be.
There's got to be a sports psychologist out there that can figure out whether it's by design. Let's go.
Nice. Oh my Lord. Kulu, of all people. That was shocking.
Dave, do you know they're saying it's 7 goals for Son this season? Is it 7? Was he scored 3 in the Champions League or something? I thought he only scored 4.
I didn't think he had 7. Maybe it is. Maybe it's 4 in the league, Sean.
It's definitely 4 in the league, but I can't think of any. I can't think of the 3 goals he scored in the Champions League.
I can't. But anyway, doesn't matter. Hopefully he scores another 2 today. Makes it 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
Win this.
Come on, we need a second goal.
Oh my Lord, Lolo.
I'd take him off as well, actually.
He's just been asleep. He just looks like he's, I don't know. It's
24 and Sessegnon have to come.
He doesn't like those cold nights.
I think he's had a few beers before the game. I must be honest.
Sonny!
Go, Sonny! Oh,
unlucky.
It's like he had too big of a carne asada before the game here. He's just falling asleep. I know the Uruguayans, they like their steak. Maybe he had just too big a one. He's falling asleep mid-game.
Who doesn't like a steak? Fucking amazing.
I bet Bentancur makes a good steak. He probably makes a fine steak. They know
big
what they're
up
doing.
Tal-Ahmed. He says, big up everyone who found some time to drop back in. Let's go, Sonny. Big up Tal-Ahmed. I hope life's been treating you well. Big up Scooter React, Spurs for life. King Hoddle's making an appearance. Good to see you. Same as Kumar, Ray Porn, the chef, and Dunkel's talk. Good to see you as well, my man. David Ginola, big yourself up too. What player he was?
Corner to Preston here.
Look at the fans. The fans are right behind it. They're cheering them on.
They're like West Ham. They're coming alive here now that they got that corner.
This is what they want. This is what they're playing for.
I got definitely a routine lined up. I'm glad we got Forster, though. We got the tree.
The oak
Look
tree.
at him.
Yeah, he's huge.
Not even, no point in even standing next to him because you would probably, lose a bit of ego.
He could have played rugby, He's a big fella. He's broad as well.
Could play in the NBA. It's like as tall as LeBron.
What is he? Is he 6'7", 6'6"?
6'8" or 6'7", yeah.
Is he really that big, is he? Oh, wow.
Robbie Brady on the corner.
Come and claim it then. No need.
Shit delivery. Jesus,
Well done,
that's
Sess.
shocking. That's unlike Brady.
Is that Basuma? It was Basuma.
Preston fans not happy.
He's part of the flat cap army, that guy.
Oh, nicely
Let's
done,
go!
Kulu.
Let's go.
Drive.
Hey,
Get
Pedro!
Perisic.
Oh,
Jesus,
son!
pick your head up, mate. Pick your head up.
Oh, come on,
Get
get back.
all the time.
Get back, boys.
Preston could catch us up trying to break out here.
Oh,
no,
what are you
that's a
doing,
pen.
manhandler?
Ooh.
Please, dude.
Oh, it's a card. He's dived, does he?
Oh, he got away with that one.
I mean, I don't know. He
Is
shoved
there
both his
VAR?
arms
Is
out.
there
He
VAR in
extended
the
his
end?
arm. No, there is no
No
VAR.
VAR.
He extended his arms, Tanganga. That wasn't. I mean, he always does that. He'd rather foul him.
Let's have
He
a look
usually
here.
fouls.
That looks
Cannon
dodgy.
gets on the ball, drives at Tanganga, cuts inside.
Oh, no,
nah,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
gone
yeah.
down too soft. Looked a bit harsher than. Yeah, he's gone down soft. Yeah. Oh, he's grabbed him by the face. He's dived, though. He has
That's
dived.
an absolute dive. Yeah, dirty bastard.
No sirs yet tonight, says Tequila. It's been that much of a snooze fest. I must be honest, Tequila. Even the referee's probably fallen asleep at a certain moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go, Sonny. Liven us up.
Best player on the pitch today. I'm delighted for him.
100%. I don't care what the result ends up being. He's the man of the match already. That's how.
Oh,
no!
no! Ice
oh my
skates.
God, Sanchez missing a clearance. It's
Oh my
absolutely
lord! He's gone to
shambolic.
the Preston ice rink.
Honestly, that's twice he's done that today. It's just embarrassing. How is he wearing the captain's armband? It's a joke.
How's he wearing the captain's armband when he never has 6 years at this club and he's never even picked the right studs, let alone the right armband?
Robbie Brady on the
Never
throw
even
in.
picks the right studs. I don't even know. I don't even know. He's just always ice skating.
Oh,
he's
come on, he's
skipping
walked
by
by three of
everybody. What's
you!
going on here? Thank
What the
you,
hell is
Suma.
going on? Pay attention,
Oh,
Lolo!
Watch here, Alan Brown. He
Pay
can hit it.
attention!
Ah, thank you,
Oh!
Forster. Thank you. He's got his angles down there.
What's Bentancur doing there? He's just let the guy pass the ball behind him. He doesn't even give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I'd take Bentancur off. Put
Get
Hoiberg on.
Bentancur off.
The longer we don't kill this game,
Look at
they're
Bentancur
going to get
here.
one. They'll sense it.
He's got
Oh,
absolutely
what are
no.
you
Watch him
doing?
now. He's already been beaten once.
Oh, he stands
And
by
now
3 players.
Look. Oh, come on, Bentancur.
And then he's let that go around him as well at the end there. He's let that pass go around him.
Bentancur looks absolutely exhausted or ill
Yeah.
or something. Maybe he's got a virus. Get him off. Bring on Pierre and Hoiberg. Take the captain's armband off Sanchez. Give it to Pierre. Get Daddy Salzburg on.
Yeah, I'd actually take Lolo off before I even
Ah,
take off Sanchez. I must be honest.
Win it!
Danger.
Well done,
Oh,
Sanchez.
Well done, Sancho.
Oh,
fuck
listen,
off!
Come on, lads. Let's be careful
until
here.
we
Let's
kill the
not give
game,
them.
there's a danger here they can get back in.
Don't give them set pieces. Let them play. Let them. Just don't give them dead balls.
They can
Just
pass it
don't give them
backwards.
dead balls. Just don't.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jack.
The way they're going to
Make them go
score. That's how
backwards.
these teams score against teams like us. It's they're going to score from dead balls. That's where they're going to play their best.
Alan Brown on this one, another one capable of a decent delivery.
No need to give away useless fouls.
He's going to hit this towards the back. Win that.
Wait a minute!
Oh.
Team effort.
This is. Oh, come on, Fraser. What are you doing there, mate? Is
Forster.
there a
Oh, what?
Okay.
Not a bad idea, actually. Not a
Let's
bad
Push
idea.
out, Tottenham. Push out.
Preston's starting to trouble us, though, a little bit here, and we're just dropping deeper and deeper as they do.
Getting a little bit nervous.
See, this is the danger with not killing off the game, you know? Like, it just, as long as Preston are in the game, they're going to keep believing. And it always happens in the FA
Come
Cup.
on. Oh, fucking hell. Who's
Oh.
that? Was that Basuma?
Tanganga, one-on-one out
Oh,
wide.
Tanganga. Sorry, Tanganga. Tanganga. He looks smaller on my TV.
He is small. He's like only 6 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Donovan Oosterreicher says this game needs a refresh. Let's use our bench. Spurs for life says, David, what do you think the time is to sell Kane and Son?
Oh, nice header into Sonny here. Someone make a run. Sonny, make that run down the left.
Never sell Kane or Son, my man. Never. We've got more problems to address rather than sell Kane or Son. Trust me, they're the last ones that we need to be selling. But some good ball gone out here to left to Sess. What can Ryan do? Back inside. He just ignored Langley going on the outside. Basuma picks it up into Bentancur, loads of space. Out wide to Tanganga. He comes back inside to Bentancur. Give it to Doherty for fuck's sake. Matt Doherty on the ball. That's pass number 9 inside this evening.
I haven't even noticed him in this game. Here he is, Bentancur.
Langley to Sonny. He's making a run in behind, using Bentancur. Langley on the ball, changing the angle.
Nice low.
Oh,
gone a good
was that Perisic's corner? Was that a Perisic?
Yeah, Perisic with the flick.
Oh, it was the flick with. I thought he was the guy with the assist.
It was Longley who whipped it in, actually, I think, Sean.
Yeah.
Perisic's done well to get up there. He's got a good leap on him.
Yeah, he has a good aerial presence.
I'd love Perry to get a goal.
Same here. So long. I thought he would have had it by now, to be honest.
Neil Shafton, I digress. He's not very tall for a center back. I'm only 5'11", to be fair. So, yeah.
I was going to mention that. I was like, 6 foot is not exactly...
Zuma, good floated in ball, towards back post. Oh, start trying to get on the end of it. Matt Doherty just couldn't get on the end of it. Good idea by Zuma, though.
Back in one set, boys.
I'll be honest, though, lads. I've been largely disappointed with some of these players that are supposed to be out here to try and prove a point.
I just feel like any of these balls in the air, this is where I see them.
Oh, he's inches away, Doherty. Conte not looking to make any changes yet, though. 65 minutes in.
He's trying to stay warm tonight in Preston.
Someone give him a cup of soup.
Nice little flick on again from Perisic.
Well done, Sonny.
Someone drive. There you are, Sess.
Heavy touch. Like, what is that? He's not even aware of it. He just thinks he can touch it 20 yards ahead of him and sprint onto it. He's not a footballer anymore.
He's lost his pace.
Yeah. He's lost all confidence. All confidence in his ability. People calling for the new boy, Jacko. They want to see Danjuma.
Nah.
You up for it? You want to see him now?
I would probably maybe throw Messi and Danjuma on at the same time. Maybe take Kulusevski off.
Yeah.
See if Messi can create something. And maybe bring on Big H, to be fair.
I think the problem is if Conte makes these changes in the forward areas, it's like if Preston do get one back, he's kind of took off his best players to accommodate them, and it's like, do you have faith in them guys to go and get a second? Because Preston are starting to come into the game now, like the last 5-10 minutes.
I might bring on Big H into the game, and then I might bring Danjuma into the game. Maybe you move Sonny then to the right in that case. Ooh. But it feels like maybe you take Kulusevski, give him a rest, either give maybe Perisic a rest. So perhaps you bring on Brian Hill and Kane, or bring on Danjuma and Kane. But if you wanted to give Kane a rest outright, maybe you bring on Brian Hill and Danjuma. Maybe play Danjuma up top, or put Sonny up top.
Yeah, look, I'd rather see Gil and Danjuma come on. If we don't have to play Kane, I don't want to. I want them to have that break before the City game and be ready to go. Tottenham trying to press Preston high up here, though. Well done, Sanchez, but straight back to Preston. 2-1-2. Keep that in, Matt. Good pass inside to Sanchez. Onto Bentancur. Bentancur into Sonny. Sonny to Basuma. Look out wide to left to Sessegnon. Keep it moving. It's a shit ball and it's behind them. Fuck's sake, Basuma. We think we've won the game. I can tell by the way we're already moving, sloppy passing.
I think we just want Preston to try to engage with us a little bit, it seems like.
Ball out to Tanganga. He's not even got his head up.
Tango, Sonny!
Oh, nice little flick from Perry. Nice little turn for Sonny! Nice one, Sonny!
Nice one, son. Nice one, Sonny. Let's have another one.
Oh, is it offside? No.
Surely not. No, it's not.
No, so I just saw the referee
Perisic's
pointing
assist,
up.
though, Sean. Perisic.
Was it a Perisic assist? Was it?
Before Sonny.
It was a beautiful little flick.
Was it
Sean.
Perisic assist?
Yeah, it was a
He
beautiful
touched
little
it
flick
before
by
Sonny.
Perisic.
I'm almost sure he did.
Yeah, it was Perisic. He holds it up here. It's a nice little flick by the man.
Yes!
Gorgeous.
Yes!
Lovely turn by Sonny.
The bet is still on, Dave! The bet is still on!
We just need one more and Preston to
Oh,
score. Although I'm a
lovely
bit conflicted.
finish.
I don't really want them to score.
No, that's okay. Like, dude, I'll take that for a £10 bet to win 600 quid or whatever it is. Like, listen, we'll get one more. We'll get a Sonny hat trick, and then Sanchez can make a mistake, and we'll give away the goal, and then Preston get a little something for the evening, and we get a lot of money.
That's much better from Sonny, though. Quick feet, good shot, turn, head down, get the strike off. It's much better from Sonny. He's been brilliant today. Well done. Come on, Sonaldo.
Bottom dude is saying, start making those substitutes to waste time now.
Yeah.
He says exactly right, I think.
Yeah, get Danjuma and Hill on now.
Yeah, get Danjuma in now.
Who for? Perisic? Danjuma for Perisic? He's done his job now.
Danjuma for Perisic.
Don't need you anymore, Perisic. You got your assist. Thank you very much indeed.
I would bring on Brian Hill as well if you can. Maybe take off Kulusevski.
Yeah.
And then Sonny's on a hat trick, so I think you keep Sonny. He's on a hat trick.
Oh, here we go. Ollie, Skip, and Danjuma coming on.
Ollie Skip, interesting. But yeah, Bento deserves to come off. He's been useless.
I'm going to order myself a couple of beers. I got a feeling this bet's coming in. I
think we'll score again. I'm not sure they'll score though.
Well, but we'll see what happens. You know? Should have gone 3-0.
It's a chance for Skip now. He's been less than impressive. So and Emerson's coming on as well.
Well, he's coming in with no pressure whatsoever now, Skip, as well,
yeah,
right?
Matt Doherty off being useless. Look at him all. Poor me. I've been crap. Yeah, get off. Get Emerson on and Danjuma's on. Who come off
there
for
he
Danjuma?
is in the new kit.
Who came off for him?
I think Perisic.
Oh, Perisic got that assist right before he's come off. That's brilliant.
And Emerson on for Matt Doherty. Or no, that looks like Perisic with the throw-in. So maybe Sessegnon was taken off.
Sessegnon, Doherty, and yeah. So Perisic is moving back to left wing back.
Yes, spot on.
Soon
perfect time. He gets the assist and then puts some. I'm telling you, Conte must have money on this as well, Sean. He waits till Perisic gets the assist and then moves it back.
Yeah. Ivan Toney's definitely got money on this game. You know that for sure.
Good to see Sonny boys get that brace, isn't it? You know, it's just good to see him sort of be. He's had a terrific game as well, so it's not even random or anything at all or lucky. He absolutely deserves it. He's being proactive the whole game, being very positive. It's good to see. And now we get to see the subs come on. Dark Sun G says, "This is the Sun we all loved and missed. Come on, you Spurs. Danjuma now on."
Yeah. No, do you know what, Dark Sun G? I'd ask you, do you think Son's been maybe inspired by Danjuma coming in the competition, and that's why we've seen the Sonny we've seen today? Or do you just take the fact that just Son's showing his class, he's head above his shoulders against the caliber he's playing against? But look, either way,
doesn't matter. By hook or by crook, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it made sense to play him tonight, in my opinion. I said it at the start. Because if you didn't play him, if you played Danjuma or somebody else, then you're taking away the chance for him to get his confidence back against mediocre opposition. And this is what can happen now against Manchester City. Let's hope. Although we've seen it before, right? Against Leicester, he scores the hat trick. He comes straight back into the team, and nothing really came of it against better opposition the next week. But hopefully, it's the perfect thing to happen for him. Ahead of the Man City game next week. Which, if we win that, then we'll be done with them. We'll be done with Arsenal for the season. And we'll probably be 3 points behind, or maybe 3 points behind Manchester United. So
yeah, look, City one's going to be a big one. But it is good that we could get Son a couple of goals. He's smiling out there. He's moving so much freely on the ball and what he has been over the last few weeks. But the big test will be the Man City game. So let's see if he can continue it. But at the end of the day, it's good for Sonny, and we needed someone to step up today, and he has.
Absolutely right. Right. What number is Danjuma? James Harden asking. He's number 16, my friend. He's number 16. KPV predicted it. Adrian Chia says, "Big up, lads. Hope your bets come in. Come on, you Spurs." Looks like the script is going according to plan, and the bets might be coming in there. Adrian Chia, big up, my man.
Unfortunately, I don't see Preston scoring. That's the
Yeah,
only problem.
I know. Yeah.
Still chance for another Perisic assist, Sean. You never know. You could
Ball
get
over
another
top,
assist.
though. Danjuma.
I only need one, Jack. I don't mind who the other ones come from now.
Oh,
Let's
well
go,
done.
Dan. Oh, it's good play from
lovely.
Danjuma.
Find him.
Oh!
Play by Danjuma.
Oh, he's furious. He's furious. He just punched the.
That's good play, though. That's positive. Gets on the ball, holds it up, gets turned, gets direct.
Yeah, Dave, like I said,
he's furious with the follow through there. He's like, fucking hell, play it through.
I told
He
you,
wanted
Dave,
his
he's got
debut
these
goal.
tricks and flicks. He's got these tricks and
Watch him.
flicks.
Ah! Love that. Love that. What an introduction. Let's go, Danjuma.
Danjo.
Oh, Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
You better watch, though, guys. These nicknames will go viral. You want to be careful.
What's
You know,
that?
Gil Messi, Don Paratici, they all went viral, so be careful with the nicknames.
Shows you people watching, mate. People are watching.
Good positive start from Danjuma, though. At least he's done something. I would have been pissed off if he didn't touch the ball for 15
lovely.
minutes.
No, lovely little start. Imagine if he scored. Imagine if he scored with his first part of the game, home debut or away down, or Tottenham debut, and his first little move does a flick on 1-2 with Sonny and Decky, and then slots one home to take us to 3-0. What a fairy tale that would have been.
Robbie Berry on the free kick. It's a decent delivery.
Cleared away by Tanganga or Sanchez. Spurs are not eager to step up the line because all the Preston players have stayed where they are.
You just can't create an angle to get the ball in. Oh, here we go.
Another time here for them to whip it in. They clip it in, top of the box, cleared away by Basuma.
Oh, break.
Oh, that was lucky.
Good pass by Son.
Didn't mean it.
Perisic.
So Perisic is playing on the right now.
A little flick by Perry.
Yeah, it looks like it. Emerson's on the left here.
Emerson's on the left.
I guess they're going free flowing now.
It's inverted, although it's crazy. I like Basuma's afro. It's proper.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's been wearing that. He's been growing that for a while on the bench.
Perisic to Kulu.
Kulu driving it in here.
Tries too much.
Now he's trying to get his own here. Kulusevski sees a chance.
Preston are defeated now anyway. Thank God.
He sees a chance to get his own. They're going to try to play out the back, it looks like. All right, now he's going to send it long here.
The Sonny will score. Let's go.
Have you heard any of the fans, or any Spurs fans tonight, Sean?
Yeah, I heard a bit of when the Spurs go marching in. I haven't heard any. I've been listening, but I haven't heard any like Levy out stuff or anything too
or even just
too noisy. Lots of youth armies and things. So yeah, I think they've been in good support, to be honest.
That guy that's taking the throw and he looks a bit dodgy. I'd stay away from him. You know what I mean? Sub here though. Aaron Brady coming on, Alvaro or off, or Robbie Brady coming off. Some Spanish kid coming on. Alex McCann coming off and Johnson coming on. Trying to give Preston some fresh legs.
It's turned out to be quite comfortable so far. The first half, obviously, like a little bit lackluster, but generally we weren't put under too much pressure or too much stress. And second half, we just turned it up into another gear in the first 20 minutes.
I think where the frustration comes from, Sean, is people just want to see more going.
Yeah, we want to see better football. Like just a bit more. Like I don't know why other teams can play for 90 minutes. Why can't we? You know, I just don't. For the life of me, I'd love to speak to a sports psychologist and figure out if they understand why it is that we can't just turn it on for 90.
It's been better than Portsmouth anyway.
It feels like, though, to be fair, it's more of Sonny's performance, I'll be honest today. Like, I think certain players have stepped it up a little bit, but in the second half, I think it's just more Sonny's had two efforts that were terrific that and Perisic, and him have combined well. So that's what it's really been thanks to. I think the defense has been able to clean up everything for the most part,
Yeah.
to some degree. And then I think we've just relied on Perisic and Sonny at some stage to have a nice combination. And that's what we've gotten. And Sonny's been able to put them away terrifically. So that's how I kind of see it. I think I don't know, like I wouldn't say like our level has stepped up that much in the second half. I just think maybe Preston haven't really done a whole lot to challenge us further. And then, Sonny and Perisic have just grown into the game even further and, shown their class.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice little whipped ball. But the tree. The tree cleans it up.
Okie. I'm going to call him Okie from now on.
Fraser Oak.
It's how short he walks away with the ball. I can't believe this midget thought he was going to win that. Basuma. Off to Ollie Skip. Ollie Skip looking like he has a bit of purpose about him. Back to Basuma. Sanchez.
10 minutes until hopefully Porro plays his last game. Be lovely.
He could be a trophy winner tonight.
Yeah, it will still count. That'll count as a Spurs trophy for sure.
Is he playing right now, Porro?
In 10 minutes, I think they start.
Oh.
Ollie Skip, that's better.
I'm not sure.
Good try.
Dude, just come out, keep going.
I'm not sure if it's on TV in the UK. I doubt it would be. It might be on.
Might catch it on Premier Sport or BT. Sometimes they show obscure games.
Yeah, let's have a look. See.
Premier Sport would be your best bet. Sanchez. Over to Tanganga.
I'm sure you'll be able to get a link for it somewhere.
Tanganga. Emerson. He doesn't have to get out there. Oh, this is good play. Get your head up. Who's that? Tanganga? Jesus Christ. Emerson. Sonny back to Kulu. Back to Sonny. To Basuma. Basuma out to Tanganga. Tries to play in. That's a shocking ball.
Nah, it's not on. It's not on Sky or BT or any of those things.
Oh, looks like our bet's not going to come in, Shawnee.
Ah, well. It is what it is, mate. No problem.
Send me on your Revolut details anyway, so I can send it over.
Don't worry about it, mate. It's fun.
No. I want to.
I haven't got Revolut, mate. I don't. Is that like a PayPal type thing? Is it?
I don't know, to be honest with you. The missus uses it, and you can transfer cash easily.
Oh, like a cash app. Okay. Yeah, don't mate. Honestly, mate. Like, yeah, it's irrelevant.
Anyway, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, we'll sort it out another time. It's fine. No worries.
Jerome saying, morning,
well done,
lads.
Sonny.
What are your thoughts on the individual I refuse to names plea for a clean slate from Spurs fans? Judas's plea for a clean slate from Spurs fans, if you haven't seen it.
I think he needs to apologize. He needs to at least acknowledge what he did and how he did it. And if he exactly. If he just said, "All right, I get it. I get what I did was wrong. I was a kid, whatever. My agent advised me badly, whatever." Just just at least acknowledge what he did was wrong. Go on.
Kulu.
Oh, do you know what it is, though, as well, Jerome? It's just like, look, so Campbell's always crying. Since he's left Tottenham, he's crying,
Yeah.
So is Campbell.
Emerson.
There's a reason why he got the nickname. He left us to go to our rivals and left on a free as well, after coming out and saying he wouldn't go to Arsenal. So it's kind of like he could cry about Spurs fans all he wants. You went back on your word. You know the hatred that exists between them. You're the one that made the move.
At the same time, though, like you'll never catch me singing "We're all having a party with Sol Campbell." Like at the same time, he is a human being. Like I'm over it. Like it is what it is. But until if he wants certain Spurs fans who still hold that hatred towards him to stop it and to give him a clean slate, he should at least acknowledge that what he did was treacherous and in poor taste. And if he did that, I think he'd go a long way for people to move on.
Like, people understand why he left. Like, he left because he wanted to go and win trophies. Okay, fair enough. I can accept that. But don't come out and say you're not going to go to Arsenal and then sign for them. It's just like you could have went to other places to get trophies.
Yeah, there's another thing, too. That's not the only destination where there are trophies as well. It's not the only one. I think that's where I see it, too. And also, like King Hoddle says, he needs to apologize first and then do 1,000 press-ups. So I think that's what he's got to do before he asks for it.
Shit ball, sorry. I got excited. Sorry, lads.
Big up Jerome, my man. Honestly, I think he's also recently, he's been acting a bit strange, it feels like on Twitter and everything. He's been a bit weird. And I don't know, he just seems to be demanding a bit of attention. I'm not sure what it is either.
Trying to stay relevant.
Seems to be a bit attention seeking too, to a degree.
He's a weird bloke though, isn't he? He's a very, very like odd. When you hear him in interviews, not just this particular.
Oh, Hill Messi! Well done, Sonny.
Well done, Sonny. Good lad.
Well done, Sonny. He's the only one that took the game to him.
Well done, Sonny.
Is he limping? Is he limping a little bit there?
Ooh.
Well, we already got a Sonny competitor with Danjuma.
How do you think Gil Messi will be? Will feel sort of being last brought on?
I'm confused. It suggests that he might be headed on his way to Sevilla.
I said this on one of my Tottenham walks a couple of days ago or yesterday. I feel like the way he's been constantly, his future is constantly put to the back burner. In the summer, his bags were packed and Malinovsky's were coming in. Right, he was going to be sent out on loan, and then suddenly it was just like, oh no, so not happening anymore. You're staying. But then most of the season, he's been last choice. He only gets played because when there was no other options. Whenever he has played, he's played very well.
Son's crying on the bench. I think you're right, Sean. I think he's injured.
Either that or he's emotional because he's finally smashed it tonight.
Maybe.
Let's hope it's the latter.
He looked like he was grimacing in pain as well.
Yeah, I thought he did look. But then you'd walk off down the. Oh, you're not playing at home, are you? So you're not going to walk down the tunnel. Or you're going to go and sit in the dressing room. Yeah.
It's not good, but yeah, I hear you on, Gil.
But I just think that it's once again, it's the same thing. So it happened in the summer. He was like, yeah, we'll get to your future when we get to it. Right now, we're busy doing other priorities. And it feels the same this summer, this January. It's almost like it's one of those, the opinion of the club about him is like, we don't really care if you stay. We don't really care if you go. It's not a priority. We're worrying about other things. And to me, I find it a little bit disrespectful. And I hope that he, if Tottenham don't want to, he's got a really bright future. And maybe if Tottenham are the wrong club for him, then maybe we should let him move on and go. And because I like him, I've got a lot of time for him. But I just don't think he's being treated particularly well by Tottenham Hotspur.
Let's be honest. And I think the part that I don't like, Sean, is I think he's kind of taken advantage of whatever chances he's been given.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I don't really understand. It's not like you would say, oh, he'll come good sort of thing. It's like, well, he's been good like when he's come onto the pitch. So it's sort of, well done from Basuma. And here's Hill Messi.
Oh, Hill Messi, look at that. He's gone. Look at that. What a ball into bed.
Kulu.
Inspired by Gil Messi. Come on.
Zoom.
Oh, what a finish. The new boy's already got his goal.
Who done the big zoom? That's hilarious. You gotta do that every time he scores. All started by Gil Messi. What a ball out to Kulu. Kulu looks like he lost a good ball across Danjuma, and he scuffs that.
Lovely.
He scuffs that. Look at that. I don't think he meant that.
Lovely. Wait.
Does that come off his back?
He didn't mean it. Yeah, he didn't mean it. He completely miskicked it. Completely shanked it. Look. We'll take it.
What a finish. That's tiny.
We'll take that. Look at that.
The Hill prophecy, William McKenzie. Hill Messi comes immediately into the game, and then Danjo gets the goal. It's just how it is. Hill Messi, immediately, instant impact.
But this is what we've been talking about, though. Someone just get on the ball, make shit happen, you know? Gil done it. Now all we need is Preston to score. We're 300 quid richer.
I just
Sanchez,
the reason I don't think
right now.
The reason I just don't think we should get rid of Hill is just for the simple fact that a lot of our players seem to be a bit injury prone this season, and I think we need 6 attackers. Like I think we genuinely need 6. I feel like we can't get away with 5. I don't think we can. I agree. And also, why are we trying to pretend like Richie can play out wide when he's always struggled there, when we can just play someone like Hill, who obviously does fantastic on either side, too? So it's here he is again. Here he is again. It's like Martin Tyler. Hill Messi. Just trying to get into the flow of things.
Good switch of play there.
Dark Sun G.
Forward.
Danjuma sealed the game with a great goal. Come on, you Spurs.
Go on.
Come on. I just need a little cheeky mistake now.
Scored.
I need a mistake from Tanganga or a mistake from Come on, let's go, Preston. Let's go.
You need Spurs
Let's
to
go.
have a reputation.
Well, Messi here. Drive, my son. Oh.
How much you betting Daniel Levy is absolutely loving the fact Danjuma scored. He's whipped out the champagne.
He is a brilliant start though. He's been busy since he's come on. He's had a good like not just a goal.
The fact that he can play up top.
Signings.
The fact that he can play up top is also very helpful. I must be honest, because Harry Kane hasn't had to play tonight, which is mission successful. Mission successful there, sir.
It was the first serve. That the first serve of the night?
Especially because it's Emerson. You know, he probably called out a sir.
89 minutes and 30 seconds. We get a first sir.
It's a shit house, sir, as well. Nothing better than a big sir call at 3-0.
Preston bringing on a youngster.
Oh, why didn't I go 3-0?
Everybody, the draw for the next round, for the fifth round, is on Monday at 7:30 Monday evening. So we'll find out who will be playing then. Look at that, McGill.
Look at him go. Wrong way, Brian.
Oh, he's giving it away, Hill Messi. What are you doing, son?
He had to put him through. We're gonna make
some money. Go on, Gil. He's on it again. Go on, kid.
Well done. Good pressure, lad.
Joseph Tone is in there. Antonio. Big up, my man. 3-0 win. Happy with that. Take that. Three minutes added on. Two minutes of injury time left. Is there time for Shawnee's bet to come in?
Tyler saying C Hill trying to help the bet.
That's why I love him. He's always thinking about others. He's
He's a creator, Sean. He's a giver. Hill Messi. That's why he's so skinny. He's always so, he's so willing to, help others. So willing.
Tell you what, that would have been one of the best bets I've ever done, I think, if we figured that one out. It was 3-1, Sonny to score and for Perisic to get an assist.
It's been close, though.
It would have been very funny, actually, had Hill Messi, of all people, as well, just played that guy through.
Played that through, yeah.
With like the thing is, you fancy Perisic assist, you fancy Sonny to score today. You should have gone
3-0.
Goals are possible.
Yeah.
But then again, with Tottenham, if you went 3-0, they would have conceded.
They would have conceded, yeah. And you look at that back line and you think there's a mistake in it. He's not crying anymore. He's happy.
No, he's got man of the match. That's why he's just been awarded that man of the match.
Well done.
One whole minute wasted here. And he's kicked that right out for a throw-in.
Do you want to put the man of the match into the chat, Dave?
Yeah, I'll do it now.
The fait accompli, isn't it?
Emerson driving here. Get on your horse, Mo.
Okay, so Son's obviously going in there.
Yeah.
I'm actually struggling to find others.
Perisic, I would say. He wasn't
Perisic, yeah. Perisic for sure.
And then of the midfield, they were both pretty boring, to be fair. Bento was the worst of the two.
Probably put Sanchez in there.
Sanchez has been set. He's got, I'm looking at Sofa score, he's got a 7.3.
I'll go with 3. I think trying to get a 4 is probably taking the piss today, to be honest.
What gets Sanchez ahead of Longley or like Tanganga?
Actually, Longley's probably been the best of the centre backs, to be honest. Yeah.
Yes, Longley.
That's it.
There is your man. The match is up, guys. Everyone get your votes in. Guys, Jack, I have to head to a birthday party now. So I'll be going when Jack gets back. But look, there you have it, guys. That is the game over. Tottenham win 3-0 away at the Deepdale over Preston. And our FA Cup dream is still alive as we enter the 5th round draw that takes place on Monday at 7:30 on BBC One. So hopefully we get a favourable draw. That would be absolutely epic. Jack, you have time to go and grab a drink or whatever else if you want before I bounce out to the party. But
Okay.
Whose party are you going to?
Oh, it's my sister's boyfriend.
You have Nick in here as well, Dave. Nick, how are we? Finally, we get you on actually post-win.
You're on mute, Nick.
Come on, Nick.
Muted yourself on that.
You're still on mute, Nick. Come on, bro. You're supposed to be the sound tech guy.
Anyway, look, I'm going to bow out, guys. We're through to the next round. 3-0 win. Look, some positives to take, Sonny being back. But also, I'm not going to overlook the negatives today of the likes of Sessegnon, Doherty, just not taking their minutes. But I'm going to leave that, Bento as well, but I'm going to leave that with you guys to discuss. I'll see you all tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. See you soon, Dave. Big up, my man.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Mic test 1, 2, 3. How we doing, Nick? Come on. Okay, we'll get Shawnee in. Sean, I mean, what would you say, is your maybe big takeaway from this match? It feels like, right, we kind of set up shop. We were able to sort of maybe make the most boring game possible in the first half, which is kind of how the trend has been. And then just sort of, I think the class of Sonny was able to get us the goals, and Perisic, right, combined well with him. And once we got the goal, it felt like Preston's head kind of went down. It was that sort of game. Yeah. Maybe when you score first, these sort of teams maybe do kind of lose a bit of that, hope and, optimism.
Yeah, mate. I thought, look, the first half, I never thought that we were really under any pressure, but I just wanted to see a little bit more zip, a little bit more energy. We spoke about the first half. Second half, as per usual, we come out and we're a little bit more lively. Everyone seems to have a pep in their step. Becky started the second half really well and then created some movement. Sonny, obviously, with his brilliant effort, brilliant brace tonight. I'm really pleased for him. At the end of the day, we'll walk away having kept the clean sheet. It could have been a bit of a banana skin. It didn't turn out to be that way. Pretty straightforward at the end of the day. And look, it's good. However, I've got to be honest, some of the players that I know we're going to talk a lot about, no doubt, about the Doherty and Sessegnon being the perennial disappointments, the frustrations. But I also feel like, we can't overlook Bento tonight for 90 minutes. Looked like he was exhausted. Looked like he wasn't interested in the third minute or the fifth minute when he put his leg out and just tripped that guy up. Later on in the second half when he just got walked past 4 times. Mm-hmm. Same sort of vibe as I got against Fulham in the first 45 minutes of that game. He didn't look interested. He didn't look. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's just tired. Maybe something else is up with him. But he's someone that we need to rely on. He's someone that you come to expect.
Yeah, supposed to be the best midfielder.
Supposed to be our best midfielder. But look, at the end of the day, it was a fairly decent and fairly kind of steady performance, and we're in the hat, which is the main thing. Yeah. I've just got to jump downstairs to open the door for someone, so I'll be back in a second.
Do whatever you need. Me and Nick will take this away. Nick, how we doing?
I'm good, man. They're still trying to keep me out of the stream with you guys, but I'm back in, man. I'm back.
I try my best.
3 weeks, but I'm back in, man. But that's something, man. Shawnee brings up. What is going on with Bento right now? You know what, man? I have
a little sloppy.
This feeling that not only is it sloppy, it's also he was noticing, a lack of enthusiasm, not just sloppiness.
I agree there. I thought he was a little half asleep at times. It felt like this game, just maybe a step behind, didn't really seem to, how would you put it, right? But didn't seem proactive all the time, with it.
Yeah. But that being said, though, as far as I'm concerned, the whole match was a disjointed match. We got the win, but we had to rely on individual brilliance again. It really wasn't a team effort. It was Son put the goals away, and then we started to get a little bit of flow. But we were doing jack all, for the first half again. And I wasn't convinced by that performance at all. I've heard a lot of Juve supporters say about Bentancur that he never took to the reins of responsibility as far as being a leader on the pitch, and that was one of their main complaints with him. And I'm wondering if maybe he just doesn't like that spotlight, because clearly he is the man that we're leaning on in the midfield now. He is the spotlight of our midfield, and maybe he just doesn't really like that spotlight put on him.
Maybe it's maybe it's also, though, when he's supposed to be more of the leader between him and Bissouma, right? Bissouma is more the new kid, also the one that's a bit struggling for form at the moment. And then he's expected to be more of that leader, whereas Højbjerg even if Højbjerg isn't playing well, he kind of has that energy.
He takes that pressure.
he has that
he takes
energy
that
even
pressure.
that like he'll
Yeah.
take on that pressure. You're right. And so maybe Bentancur benefits from that more. But it's also like maybe he's just a victim of just, you got to play some of these guys that have been playing week in, week out. And he's sort of one of those. And he's maybe a victim of that, right? He's going to go into it a bit leggier than some of the other players to a degree. Like maybe, but Perisic then again played pretty all right, I would say, for someone who also, right, should be a bit leggy. What do you make of like the Sonny today? Like I kind of said, like you sort of said, I felt like Sonny maybe was the one that sort of bailed us out, maybe to a degree. Like once he got that goal,
Absolutely.
he kind of
Absolutely.
he made Preston's heads kind of just go down. It felt like.
And you know what the thing is, that even if it's not a firing Son, he's gonna instill fear into especially the likes of a Preston. So you need that kind of star quality there. I very much thought that we didn't have a whole master plan. It was not a Conte masterclass by any sense, but the game plan that we did have was help Son score. It's kind of like the Norwich match. It was let him give him the space so he can cut inside when he needs to. Let him drift in the middle and just try to feed him as much as possible. And it worked, because Preston was not offering anything going forward and pretty loose in the back. So, as a lot of people are saying, what, it should have been 5-6. No,
I also appreciated that Sonny just kept firing, like from the very moment at the beginning from the first half. And I was complimenting him for that, because it's like you come up against these teams, Nick, they're going to put every man behind the ball. And you just sort of think like you're not always going to be able to have a clear cut chance. You sort of do kind of have to rely on maybe a bit of luck. And Sonny was, I felt like, the only one that was maybe just being a bit proactive, like I said before about it, like just, firing shots at the keeper to test him. And, he got the reward for it, because I guess, the more you keep firing with a guy like him, eventually he's going to pick out a worldie, once
eventually, right? And that's what he needed. The real shame, though, is what we really needed was for Richarlison to be taking the lead instead of Perisic. That's really the shame, is these guys need the time on the pitch together to formulate some kind of a relationship. Where God forbid Kane's not there, or we want to play a different way. And I kind of think where one of the main losses is that we didn't get to see what it looks like to have Richie up top with Son and Kulu on either side of him.
Sean, Dark Sun G saying here, 2 wins in a row from home. Now on to City. Come on, you Spurs. So 2 wins in a row away from home. Now we're on to City. I mean, how do we feel? I think we've gotten the business done away from home. Now we're headed back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Harry Kane has the chance to break the record at home against Man City. How are we feeling about that?
Yeah, look, I mean, on the one hand, I think you're right. We've got a couple of good results. Several clean sheets now. We've got clean sheet against Palace as well, clean sheet against Portsmouth. So I think 4 of the last 6 games have had clean sheets. I think I might be wrong on that, but like generally speaking, you could make the argument that things are looking slightly up. But I would still point out that Portsmouth obviously was against a League One team. Tonight's against a championship team. Against Fulham, the first half we were awful. Even today in the first half, we weren't awful, but we just didn't create anything. There's still a lot of questions that I have about the way that we set up, about the way why we can't get more than 45 minutes of good football. And against Manchester City, you're going to need more than 45 minutes of good football, like you always do. We didn't have the second half in us last time round. We had the first half. We didn't even have a first half. We had a good sort of 10 minutes at the end of the first half. But look, it's the best case outcome. Winning 3-0, perfect. Everyone should be like, Sonny's going to have a lot of confidence, and hopefully that emotional baggage can be released a little bit. So there's nothing really too negative. I'm not going to focus on the negative.
Feels like out of all the players out of all the players to put the team on his back, you're kind of happy with Sonny maybe more than
it's great. It's great. And there's catalyst now to move forward. But like I say, there's still, for me, a lot of question marks about why we playing the way we are. It's not good enough. It doesn't feel like it's very fluid or like stable, or it just feels like it's all a little bit by mistake.
Yeah, I felt like everybody from the midfield on back towards goalkeeper just wasn't comfortable with each other. Weren't comfortable playing with each other. Straight
awkward.
across
You're
the
right.
back
Awkward's
too.
the right word.
Yeah. And if there was any type of a match for Sessegnon to express himself and have confidence, it's against Preston here, because they weren't offering anything down his side. They weren't testing him at all, really. I just you got to throw your hands up and say, enough's enough.
Yeah. What do you make of that comment that I made though, Nick? Like it feels like, Tyler put in there, it's always Kane and Son that bail us out, but maybe this time around you're kind of happy like Sonny got an opportunity to bail us out, or he's had opportunities to bail us out. But
Listen, on the bright side of that, we didn't have to rely on Kane to come in. At that half when they were cutting to shots of Kane with his little beanie on, we were all going, man, he's not going to have to come on again. Each and every one of us had that thought. We're not going to have to bring him on to try to save us, are we? And you know what? Thankfully, at least we know it's not a joke that we do actually have quality up top. That's not just a myth. We have the quality up top.
Do you have any thoughts on Hill Messi though when he's come on? Like, and also maybe the rumor that he could be shipped out. Are you kind of,
he
not
looks
as
fantastic? I don't think we should sell a single person from our front line. I don't think we should get rid of anybody.
What about Lucas? Maybe they're trying to ship out Lucas.
Hold on. That's I'm kind of I take Lucas as already a done deal. He's already
he kind of already feels gone.
But yeah. So barring Lucas.
Okay.
Because that's why we brought Danjuma in. It's just to cover Lucas, in my opinion.
What would you say to that, Johnny? Another maybe moment where Hill Messi took his chance and even tried to help you out today by getting you maybe some extra bucks. But if he's headed off to Sevilla, it's just like another chance where he took his opportunity today to come on. He caused havoc. It feels like this could be his role for Spurs, where he could come on late in games and be that sort of kid to just be annoying, like when you see him coming on.
A little mosquito, isn't he? Yeah,
he is a mosquito, exactly. Especially when you're 2-0 up even, he would be so annoying to watch him come on. You'd be like, geez, it's like watching Bernardo Silva coming on. Really, it is annoying.
I think he could be the biggest mistake that Tottenham ever make, letting him go on a permanent. I don't, for the life of me, I don't understand why, the coaches or the ownership, the management, why we're so willing to let this guy go. I think he's a super talent. I think I've never seen him put in a bad performance ever. He's never.
Well, is it really that?
Yeah, go on. Sorry, mate.
Is it really that we're trying to sell him though? Because I still haven't heard any concrete, movement that we're actually trying to remove him from the squad permanently. From the moment he was brought in, I've always thought he is one for the future. He needs to go out on loan. He's going to go out on loan. He's money in the bank. He's an investment.
Yeah, but he's only got 3 years left on his contract, right? And sending him back to Spain, where he's been proven to be a success over there, I just doesn't make sense to me. Unless he's super unhappy, maybe I know he didn't speak English very well when he first came in, or at all when he first came in. I remember seeing training ground videos of Harry Winks trying to sort of talk to him in broken Spanish. To me, at some point you have to transition from being you buy someone on a 5-year deal. How many years are you going to loan them out for, and then still get them to sign a new contract at the end of it? At what point is he going to transfer into a Tottenham player? I think that if we are going to loan him out to someone in England. But I don't know why we're loaning him out. I think he offers so much, and I don't think he gets anywhere near enough minutes. I think whenever he has played, he puts in more heart, more desire, more effort than 90% of the other players in the squad. He does well. He's a tricky little player. He creates opportunities. Tonight, he was responsible for the third goal. But for me, if I was manager of Tottenham Hotspur, I would be like, no, you're a big part of my intentions. I want to use you every game in some format. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, listen, man, I agree with you there because I like him too, and I'd like him to stay at the club. I'd like him to get more minutes. But let's say you want to bring in a Zaniolo. Zaniolo offers different things than Hill has that Hill just doesn't have. Experience, but long balls, dead balls.
I get it.
Creativity. So if you are trying to bring in that type of player, which I know it divides opinion, I really want Zaniolo. I think.
Do you think Zaniolo? Do you think the Zaniolo deal is still on then? So we'll have 7 effective forwards in the club, even though Lucas Moura is out injured. We'll have essentially 7 forwards in the squad, right? Because Moura's not going anywhere anyway. Yeah.
I think you're trying to get Ship Moura off, actually. I don't know if they will successfully do it, but apparently Lucas Moura is even listening to moves to go. I saw something about that. He's willing to leave this January. We'll see if it actually happens, but if he does end up going, I just think so many moments this season, we've looked at the bench and it's there are no attackers there. And it's why, why hurt ourselves even further? Just keep all the attackers we have. Like you said, Nick, just don't sell a single one, maybe bar Lucas.
How many games in the last 10 or 12 have we had not a single option off the bench?
That's right. And, Conte looks at it like that's got to be his number one gripe. And that's why he's not banging on about center backs, even though we know, because he knows everybody knows we need center backs. His big ass problem is, look at my bench. I got no ideas, man. I got nothing left.
Yeah.
So, that's where we're at. Sell no one except Lucas.
I think today, Nick and Sean, it was really the wingbacks that were probably the most disappointing of any of the players.
Yeah.
Pedro Porro, I haven't actually heard your thoughts on it. Maybe I'll go to you, Nick, because I just haven't spoken to you in a while. I mean, where do you stand on Pedro Porro? Like, is it happening? Are you getting a bit skeptical it's not happening? He's about to play in his Taça de Portugal.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, everybody in the chat, as long with everybody on the street on 6th Avenue here, knows just as much as everybody else about what's going on with Pedro Porro, man. Everybody's got an update there on their phone every 2 seconds about it, man. And it's getting closer and it's getting closer and it's getting closer. But yeah, man, I mean, I think it's done. I think it's done as soon as this match is over. They just started right now. And thank God, I think the whole saga so far has been ridiculous. If Levy or the board wanted to deflect attention away from themselves, even in the slightest, the one thing that they could have done was get that deal done immediately. And then they could have futzed around with everything else, just spend that extra money and it'll take the pressure off of you and give you a little more leeway with Conte in general. But no, that's not how they do business. So here we are,
But we love it. We love a deadline day stuff, don't we, Nick? Like this time last year, it was awesome on this channel. I remember, Matty Hayes, me, Jack, Dave, and Brian going at it. And in the summer, deadline day was a wash. It was so boring because we did all our business early. Like, to me, I'm okay. Like, yes, I would love to have had Pedro Porro's signature done, lifting the shirt and all that stuff in the last couple of days, but we've got through it. And if he flies over tomorrow or on Monday, gets the thing, and if on Tuesday we're all sitting there doing a stream and we hear about Skriniar, Porro, and someone else, it's going to be the best day. It's the best day of the year, deadline day in January.
Getting hot in here. Getting hot in here with that Skriniar one there, Shawnee. But so it sounds like you're not skeptical either, Shawnee, that it could fall through. Or
I'm worried. Of course, you're worried. When something that seems like a formality at this point hasn't been made formal, then you get worried. But I tend to have a little bit of a take everything with a pinch of salt. I've seen tweets tonight from that fella Dario AS or whatever his name is. He's got 3.2 million followers. A Spanish football guy who says that it's all done and that he'll fly to England after the game in a few hours to sign it. But I don't know. Listen, it is what it is. You can't control anything. I think if Tottenham do let this one, if Sporting do drag their feet and end up making it impossible, bearing in mind, of course, that that whole thing about just pay the release clause. Well, allegedly that's not even the case. You can't even do that in January. That thing only happens in the summer, and so it has to be negotiated on some level. If Sporting do screw over Tottenham and keep moving the goalposts on the deal, I'm pretty sure with Inter Milan's financial difficulties that Tottenham could just turn and take that 50 million quid and then go to Inter Milan and say, I'll do a double deal for Skriniar and Dumfries and get that thing over the line. So it is what it is. It will be what will be. I think he's going to come in, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Last question. I mean, Nick.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say sort of one of maybe the last, kind of couple questions I have on this is maybe Danjuma, kind of quick thoughts on, him, Nick. I'll start with you. Like, he got his goal. He scuffed it.
Yeah, he got his goal. And listen, man, we all know he scuffed it. We all know. However, he was aiming for that bottom left. It did go where he wanted it to go. Right? I'm going to give him that. Like, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the prettiest finish in the world, but he did exactly what he wanted it to do.
But a few of those tricks and flicks pulled off for him, like I said they would in the pre-match build-up, and that's what all that matters. I think he looked interesting. Looked like he could do something.
I am very happy to see this guy in. Very happy. I think he is what we need, man. We need a little more solidity. We need more quality on the bench. We don't know how good or how bad he's going to be yet, but he has all the potential. It's not a whole shitload of money, but he has all the potential to add something that we desperately need.
I'm with you there. Sean, did you have any initial impressions or any takeaways about Danjuma, or, just happy to see him score the goal, really?
Well, more important than the goal, what I felt was actually awesome to see was when he had that little flick, his first touch, when he did that 1-2 with It's like a 1-2 with Sonny that then bounced off of Decky, and Decky tried to put him through. And when Decky didn't quite put him through perfectly, his reaction was one of like frustration and like, come on, put me through. Like, and to do that within 3 minutes of your debut, it shows that this guy's got confidence, and he's not afraid to, like, you know, those things, you can take that's a double-edged sword, right? If you're a little bit too cocky, a little bit too demanding when you're brand new in the team, maybe that can piss people off. But Sonny reacted well to it. He went over and gave him like a little low five. And I think that sort of stuff is very positive to see, that he's not going to be afraid. I think he's the sort of guy that if there's a shot to be taken, he'll be taking it. You know, and look, perfect debut for him, right? Got 20 minutes, got a goal, could have had a goal with his first touch of the ball. Couldn't ask for more. So yeah, it was a mishit, but like by hook or by crook, it's all good.
Right. A goal's a goal, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You slice it.
Well, am I missing it?
And then, you know what? We were talking a lot about Reguilon, and I got a couple of questions about that.
Please.
I mean, it came up a lot today, and just like, where is his loan deal at right now? Is he technically still a Spurs employee?
Yeah.
You know, as far as everybody knows, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, is there any shot? Do we try
I don't know
to
if
get
there's
him
any
back?
buy clause or anything in his move with Atletico or anything like
He'll
that.
be back in the summer.
He'll be back in the summer. It's just whether
And if
Conte
Conte's
would
not
take
here,
him back.
yeah, I don't think Conte will. But if Conte's not here, then, you know, Udogie and Reguilon, I'd rather have as our left wing back options next year, or Udogie, Reguilon, and Perisic as a utility player.
Perisic is a utility, exactly. Yeah,
I think Pochettino. In a world where Pochettino was in charge next summer, obviously no one necessarily wants to disrupt the apple cart right now by talking about that stuff. But let's be honest, it's the elephant in the room. Is he going to be here or not when the contract expires, Conte? And if he does go, I think Pochettino and Reguilon would probably get on very well together. And Reguilon in the back four would work very well, and so would Udogie. So, but I don't think Reguilon will come back and play for Conte.
Is this another game though, lads? Where like we're kind of thinking like Sessegnon, like it's, you know, this was his right make or break season. It feels like he's broken. You know, he's not going to make it by the looks of things. And this was
Sessegnon?
Sessegnon. He doesn't look like he's going to make it. Really,
he's like Dave said in the stream. He's worse now than he was at 17 years old. You know.
Yeah. You know, it's confidence, man. His confidence is shot. He's championship level at best right now because he can't handle the pressure of, you know, high quality opposition, you know, bearing down on him. He can't take the responsibility of taking a decent shot, and he's lost his crossing ability, which he did have for a while. You know, don't know where it went, but he's lost it. So I mean, he needs a move.
it feels like we just need to replace him with either some other English talent that maybe we have in our academy, maybe bring in someone else, or like Sean just said, like maybe bring back like a Reguilon and Udogie and just go with something like that as for the time being. He just doesn't look like he just looks even miles behind Emerson at this stage and miles behind even Doherty. My thing with Doherty too was like, Doherty looks like he could still put in a good cross and still can do things. It's just his willingness to do so seems to sort of, seems to wane. But I felt like Sessegnon was trying to do things. It's just, he just kind of can't, and he's just not able to. It's just his quality and his confidence is just sort of shot. Whereas, maybe with Emerson, it does again, maybe point to that factor where it's like, I think Emerson just looks miles beyond him in terms of confidence, even in that. I mean, I guess Emerson's confidence has never been waned at any stage, no matter what people seem to say to him.
He's the most confident bang average player you've ever seen.
Whereas Sessegnon could use a bit of that, maybe he could use a bit of that, but it does feel like he's now way behind even Emerson. Like it's not even a comparison between those two. I would even put Emerson at left wing back at this stage instead. I don't know, but yeah. Any kind of, final talking points or anything?
Just let you know. There's another thing that's come out on Twitter from record_Portugal, who's got 380,000, some Portuguese newspaper. The Porro deal will be done for 48 million euros. The verbal agreement is done. It will be made official in the next 3 hours. So.
Wow. So maybe there was a bit of truth perhaps to how they wanted a bit more money. Is there maybe some truth to that then? And Spurs got it done, or
look, I mean, listen, say what you want about Daniel Levy. He's definitely not someone that wants to ever feel like he's losing out on a negotiation. And to me, I find that kind of someone like that idea of it's a zero-sum game. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. That's the way he takes, I think that's just such a silly way to think about doing business. I think if you go in with good faith and you negotiate and come out with everyone
Both
winning,
can be winners. Yeah.
then, but on this particular one, if it does turn out that Sporting have negotiated very
They were playing hard ball, it felt like. Sporting.
Super hard
They
ball.
were. It's been a game of chicken this entire month, man. It's who's going to blink first, and Sporting, fair play to them, man. They held out. It's been
it feels
like
yeah, as I say, it feels like Levy's been levied by whoever the CEO of Sporting is.
Yeah.
And well, let's see. It's not official yet, but let's hope it is, because I can't wait. If he could come in now and be straight in the team for the Man City game, then it's something to look forward to, isn't it? Something to look forward to.
Those Portuguese clubs are really milking the Premier League at the moment. I would say they're really getting as many coins as they can out of it, but. I don't know. It looks like that's relieving news, I'll be honest today, because it felt like, the wing backs were where we were being let down today, and to get someone in like Porro is exactly, I think, what we need. But Nick, did you feel like I missed anything, where we're kind of wrapping this up? And Sean, I put in your channel in a couple of times as well for the link. But Nick, do you feel like I missed anything? Any kind of final talking points or things like that we feel like we got to say?
You know what? I mean, you guys went into the Sanchez situation as much as you could. I think at the beginning of the match, we saw the attempted rainbow flick over himself. That was a new one. Never seen that before. That one will go into a highlight.
Attempted is a kind word to say that he did it intentionally.
It's just I'm so glad that Kane did not have to make an appearance, and we still kept a clean sheet. These are things to be happy about, even though it was only Preston. But still, in a match like this, our frailties are there to be seen for everybody. And it just it's nobody's ever secure. Nobody's going to sleep well tonight after that performance.
I agree. Shawnee, any kind of final talking points here? Any kind of words of wisdom about this game?
Look, it was fun. Obviously, always a pleasure to share the screen with you guys. And Dave, good to have him back. Great to see all the usual faces in the comments. And look, it felt a little bit frustrating in the first half, but as you reflect on the 90 minutes, it was kind of pretty steady Eddie night for us. We weren't really ever in threat. And yes, definitely some concerns, but ultimately brilliant to be in the hat. Can't wait to see the games tomorrow. And hopefully get some good news around the transfers. And then,
here's a bit of good news. Big Fab Romano just tweeted a green check mark, a white circle, shaking hands, and then a hashtag THFC.
Okay. It's done, boys. It's done.
He's being very subtle, the Fab is.
Here we go.
He's being very subtle, the Fab is. Looks like it's a big here we go, everybody. No worries to anybody that was sweating. No need to sweat about it. Absolutely no need. It's getting done. It's exactly how I think they all said it was. He was going to be allowed to play this cup final to get a trophy, and then he's going to be off on his way to Spurs. Seems like it's going to be done, everybody. We'll be bringing plenty of content about Pedro Porro. We already have the scout report out there as well, but we will be doing a Here We Go stream on him once we get that official Here We Go, which I think might come maybe sooner rather than later, or it might come maybe something like a Monday or in some case like that. But there you are, everybody. Really do appreciate you all that have tuned into this one. Hit that like button, please, on your way out. Huge news with Pedro Porro, a 3-0 win to the Tottenham Hotspur. But we'll be leaving you there, everybody. Come on, you Spurs, at least for me. And Conte, we trust. Pedro Porro in, and we will.
Oh, no, wait till Wembley. Come on, boys.
Seeing ya.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Everywhere we go.